Pressure as shit.
Sort your mic.
Are them cameras rolling, man?
Everything's going on
Yeah,
at the minute.
it's
Yeah.
going.
Hello.
It's going.
Women barn.
Mm.
And that's what it like. I went to Amsterdam. I only smoked one joint,
Yeah.
but the best thing was when we did truffles. That was just the best, I think. We're just lying in the
That's
fucking...
truffles.
Oh mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
I've
they're
never
not.
had truffles.
I
They're
had
not.
them at
They're not as
Download
intense.
Festival
They're not as intense as mushrooms are.
No, I
Are
don't.
truffles them thing that you find in the ground?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pigs.
Oh,
like
it's
what you can get
fungi,
dogs
isn't it?
from. Yeah.
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 I remember
They're
seeing-
expensive.
I think it was like.
They're not what's it, like €30 for 2 grams, which was right. The guy was selling it. He was fucking weird. You know what? I thought he was a fucking alien.
Where did you get them from? Did you get them from the shop?
You
or-
get like in Amsterdam, you got like a little mushroom outside the shop, so it shows that you can get some truffles. But
Yeah.
like, I'll be honest with you, man, it was fucking the guy in that shop was just like, I thought he was an alien, and I was not even on truffles then.
Well, it looked like me, did it?
Like Wes.
No,
So what is it then?
No.
What is
If
truffles?
you have like loads of them, then do you get a high off them?
The
It's
truffle's
like,
just a fungus. It's just like a.
because you just put them in normal food, don't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, they're completely edible, aren't
Well,
they?
you,
They're
you get
expensive.
the seal,
Yeah, you got
get the
magic
se-
truffles,
you get-
truffles that'll get you off your head, but you've got like
Yeah.
the actual truffles that you can get in like French restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
They're dead expensive, like it costs an
Oh, so
absolute
it's like a
fortune.
different type.
Yeah,
There
so
you
a
go.
truffle
But
is.
you said they're more intense than mushrooms.
No, they're not
They're
at
less
all.
intense than
You don't reach that. Maybe it's just my opinion, but like you don't reach that full effect. Like mushrooms, you feel it. You feel the fucking intensity of it. So on truffles, you
Yeah,
feel
I
more
know,
like
man.
more of a mellow vibe, but still, it was quite. It's
My
like,
face
Still
mushroom.
trippy though.
you know, still trippy, but like we were riding bikes around Amsterdam on it, so it was quite. There's quite an experience.
My
that was.
first
What
experience.
push bikes?
Yeah, push bikes. The best place to explore Amsterdam is get a bike from the hotel. Every hotel's got
Have
bikes.
you seen how many there are in Amsterdam?
Oh,
I've been in
mate,
Amsterdam
they've got
myself.
little fucking highways. They've got highways. It's the best thing I've ever thought. Like, you know
There
what?
are 5 million bicycles in Beijing.
I was going to say there's 5 million in Beijing.
That's the fact.
Mate, there's loads of mate. I've been in
Just a
Amsterdam
phase
before,
we're
and I saw
going through.
how people know whose bike it is. Once when I went there, it was just, "Where's my bike?" There was
Dude, where's my bag?
Well,
yeah, dude, where's my
Have
bike?
you seen that film? Dude, where's my car?
Yeah, that's it.
So who have we got tonight then,
And
man? Who's in?
Oh, we're starting it off, are we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it was,
let's go.
We've got 10 o'clock chemical. We've got Rhys Oakes here. Oh, hello. So what you all about then, Rhys Oakes? Oh, I do a podcast. I'm also in the band that I'm interviewing tonight, and we've got
Jack Gunter Ellis.
that we mentioned on the last podcast, and
Mark Crawford.
Who we mentioned on the last podcast? Cause
Can we
You
mention
mentioned me on the last podcast. did
we
you?
mention you on every single podcast.
Yeah.
Man. I swear to God, every podcast I
The
always
thing
do.
is, I watch it religiously, and I'm like, I've never hear myself. So
No, I always
You're
do.
there, mate.
You know that you'll fucking mention me when I come along and do your impression.
yeah. Oh, yeah, but you get a lot of that tonight, won't you?
So what
Don't
is
get
10 o'clock
not
chemical all
tonight.
about then? Come on, I'm interviewing tonight. What's
Okay.
10 o'clock chemical all about then? What is it?
Don't you guys look at me, man? Like
What?
you've been in it long enough, Mark.
Yeah.
It's been a year since you've been in the band now, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's been a year. It's been.
Good solid year, hasn't it?
Jack's been a mainstay guy. He's been there from the beginning, hasn't he?
Original.
Yeah.
So he's an
Original
original
member, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like 3-4 years now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I was saying to you earlier, like I saw a post with fucking Jamie Cartledge when we did that Shimmer Trap remix,
Yeah.
and that was
Which is amazing.
mate, that was 3 years ago. That was
song
3
was
years ago
amazing.
on BBC Stoke.
Yeah. I still need to grab that copy of it. Aren't you remaking it all?
George has just messaged me, but we'll know about that later. It's all
It's
good
all
to go.
about something.
It's all good to go.
Yeah.
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 Brilliant.
Okay. So.
But yeah, and with Marcel, wasn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah, we took Marcel into BBC Radio Stoke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good
And
choice.
the only
Mark.
thing you said, can I say something? And then the
got
tune
off.
started.
And that was it, man. Yeah, I think
Jack, can you do that face that you did when you were in with Radio Stoke?
What? Why are we doing that
Is that
face?
the one?
No,
when we
mate.
first came out, right, not as gay, but I mean as like a 10 o'clock chemical band,
Yeah.
fucking, we managed to seal a BBC Radio Stoke interview, didn't we? Like literally the day after we
Yeah, after our
did our first
first
debut gig,
Yeah.
which was terrible, and it was at the first music awards that Lee Barber put on.
Yeah.
And Jack just went in, he didn't say anything, like, but
There's a
this photo.
photograph of him, mate.
There's
He
this
was
famous. We'll
bloody
pull
brilliant,
up
man.
the photo,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, but it's this famous photo where, like, I'm like dead cool and like, yeah. Josh
Yeah.
is kind of just like, yeah, this is not phasing me at all. Then Jack was like,
They're shitting myself.
Jack's like,
As soon as I get one of these things in front of me.
Did you play?
where?
You didn't play at the awards, did you?
The very first one. It was our very first show, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I was big. Like I remember you getting your award. I was sitting in the crowd.
I remember you getting your award as well.
That was.
It was It was quite interesting how we met you actually,
Yeah.
because I remember hearing Ben Nixon I was messaging Ben Nixon at the time. He's like, "Oh, we've on your 10 o'clock chemical gig. We've got this guy from Germany. He's massive in Germany. He's like this DJ." And I was like, "Who the fuck's this coming to my town?" Like, you know what I mean?
Really
like,
massive, but
he's this massive guy, yeah. And like I saw you, he sent me a photo, a fucking video of you playing on some sample pads on Ableton, like, which we'll talk about later.
yeah.
And I remember just thinking, yeah, that does look good, but who the fuck does he think he is coming to my town, man? When we were the buzz band of the minute, can you remember that?
Yeah.
Rob Adcock's famous quote was 10 o'clock chemical, the buzz band of the minute, like.
Okay.
And I saw you at Limelight, and you was like, "Are you 10 o'clock chemical?
Oh yeah.
Hello, I'm Mark." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's really sound, like, you know, he's not really nice." And then we ended up back at yours on that same night, didn't we?
Was it that night? Was it?
Was it that night?
No, I don't think it was that
can't
night.
remember.
Actually, I think it was like.
I remember we were there having a sound check
Mm.
at the Exchange, and you were there as well. And you got like this little strobe light thing.
Oh,
you were like,
yeah.
"Oh lads, I've got this little light.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can
You
use
this if you
guys
want
can
to."
borrow it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Shine at people's faces.
Yeah, I got it from Amazon for $7.99 because I just wanted to create a little bit more like craziness in that gig, and it was $7.99. And you know what? I know who's got it still, and I still need to get it off him actually, but that's a lost cause. The first memory I actually got of you guys was when you were outside the music store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were with Josh.
Yeah.
At the time, and you had like your red Adidas jacket on. I went up to you like, "Oh yeah, we want to get you involved, and we're doing this warehouse gig, and I think it's in Josh's barn or
we
something."
were planning a warehouse gig.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
in one of his factories that we eventually recorded the Babylon Has Fallen video
Yeah.
at.
Yeah,
And we were planning on pulling a gig there.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember you thinking, "Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah,
I
no,
want to be involved in that."
that's the first memory I actually really got of you
Oh,
guys.
man. But we never did it. We
No, you
never ended
didn't.
up doing it because
Yeah.
we just couldn't. It was just it was not a very good idea. Like,
Yeah, it works out, didn't it?
worked out in the end, man. Because then you fucking joined the band, didn't you?
Yeah, I see. How did that all fucking come about again? I don't know. Fucking.
I don't know. Remember, it ended up around your house
Oh yeah, that was the fucking.
after a great night.
Yeah,
Where were we? Where
I
were
was
we
I was
that
trying
night?
to think this earlier on. Where were we?
Probably around Martin Gooden's house at some
yeah,
point.
but we
I'm sure.
obviously went out for a reason for some event, but I can't think what it was.
But it wasn't that night I asked you to join the band, but that was the night. There's a famous photo as well, right? So I'll pull this up as well. And it was a night we ended up back at yours, yeah?
Yeah.
We were all a bit like, a
Where-
little bit
where-
giggly, like, a little bit
Where was
fucking...
your house, man?
I lived in at the time. I lived in Snow Hill, which is just like near Hanley. So
Ah.
literally, no, I lived in Hanley actually. So yeah, was it near the Civic Centre? You know, I can't remember where. Like the places. Like I live right next to Chico's.
Yeah.
Chico's, or it's just open like a steak place opposite my house.
But you've moved away since, haven't you?
Yeah,
You're
I've
not
moved to
actually
Manchester now.
around.
Yeah, I live in Manchester. So,
Manchester boy.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you finding it?
actually, no, I don't live in Manchester. I live in Salford. It's very frowned upon when you say you live in Manchester and you say, "Well, whereabouts you live?" Like I live in Salford. I'm like, "Oh,
Why is Salford not actually in Manchester? Is it like on
no,
the
Salford
outskirts
is
or
like a separate thing. So you got the Mancunians and you got the Salford people, but I don't know what the Salford. I know there's a word for them, but I don't want to say anything wrong about it. So,
something? Do you want to know the top up?
oh, I'd love one actually. You got ice
It's
with it as
nice
well.
though. It's a nice area
We've
where
got
you
ice.
are.
Yeah, it's really lovely. I live
Yeah.
with
So what's the different vibe you're getting from there, like? Are you getting a different vibe from Stoke, Manchester, music-wise?
music-wise. I've not really explored Manchester yet. As a sense, like Manchester, like every time I've gone out, I've ended up on some crazy adventure with some crazy people. But
With
like,
our mate Paul.
oh, with our mate Paul,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Oh, I know. Oh,
I know.
that's something with a bit strong,
Oh.
weren't it? Oh.
He's a lovely guy.
Mate, that was the first experience I ever had in Canal Street. I'm
Yeah.
so glad it was with you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like with Paul, yeah. And mate, I had the best time of my life. I remember before we went in that club, Gay. I call it Gay, yeah, but people call it G.A.Y.
G.A.Y.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But-
can I get into gay? Like,
And he was like, "Yeah, but you better all mince up before we get in there." And I was like, "Mate, I was wearing like a yellow, vibrant jumper and my fucking
were you wearing dungarees?
Mate,
khaki."
I'm
No, I was
gonna-
wearing khaki trousers, mate. No, I had a good dress rehearsal in the
did-
middle
oh,
of
did
Canal
you?
Street, didn't I? So I
I'm
was
going
getting,
to come
Yeah,
down with
yeah.
you, mate.
I was getting naked.
But I don't
You've
think they'll let me in, will they?
They'll let you in, mate. Yeah.
Fucking
What a
let me
great
in.
They should.
I'm the wrong
spontaneous
kind, mate, so fucking...
That was spontaneous.
They
That
won't-
was.
they
That
won't
was.
let me
Mate, that is a night and a half out, man. That
Yeah.
seriously, I can't wait to go up again and take Wesy because you've never been Canal Street, have you?
No.
Because it was just
I-
for the
Oh fucking hell! Sorry, man.
I was dead scared about it. I was at first because it's proper gay. It's like, oh, there's a fucking. It was the best night
It was
out I've
awesome.
had in
Yeah.
ages, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, love the gays and the gays love me, and that's a good thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't love
But
me.
like, because we went there for like a photo shoot, didn't we?
That was it. Jamie
That was,
Cartledge
like,
came up
on
with
the,
that, yeah.
She still
on
owe
the
Jamie
agenda.
50 quid for that?
No, Aaron paid him.
Have you sorted it out?
Yeah, I
have you?
sorted it out, man.
Right,
but we
man.
recently come to a deal with Jamie, haven't we?
Yeah.
We
yeah,
borrow these
yeah.
lights off him,
Yeah.
and he can borrow the cameras whenever he wants.
It's a good deal.
Oh, sound. Yeah, very good deal.
No, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah,
I mean,
helping.
Yeah, I was on
works.
the train to
It
Stoke,
works.
and I was on the phone to him, and he goes like, "Oh yeah, I've got to pick up that camera from Rhys." He goes like, "Why you got to pick up a camera?" I was like, "Oh yeah, do you remember I given them lights?" I'm like, "Oh okay." Sort yourself a deal out of it.
Yeah,
Jamie's
you-
good
you-
like that. He's
yeah,
good like that.
mate, yeah.
Put a little lime in it as well.
No, I spoke to him about it the other night, mate. The deal still stands. He's
Yeah.
absolutely fine with it. He can have these cameras whenever he wants. and
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think these are his anyway, are they?
Yeah, fucking hell.
He's pinched them from somewhere.
It doesn't matter, does it?
I know where they've
It's
come
all-
from. I know where they've come from. But then again, if I
It's still a good deal.
very good deal.
So why did you join 10 o'clock Chemical then, Mark? What was the pitch?
It was not really a pitch though, mate. I think I've just got thrown into it, like because at the time I was living at that place, and you obviously came around quite a few times, and we started making some music, and it was just amazing. Not to like blow your trumpet, but it was like fucking nice to actually like have some like I always find when you being an electronic music artist, like if you're in a band, you always like, oh, this guy plays guitar, this guy plays bass, but it's always a bit weird when you make electronic music and like nobody else makes electronic music in the
Yeah,
UK.
yeah,
but-
no, it was. It was
But
only.
yeah,
I think it was. It
it's-
was only 10
yeah.
o'clock Chemical. You and
uh,
there's a band called Kitsune at the time. And I think they
Yeah.
were the only, pretty much the electronic artists in
It's
Stoke.
definitely the best lineup you've had.
Yeah.
Seriously, because I've seen from the beginning. I've seen all the lineups,
yeah.
and Rhys tried everything. Live drummers, fucking everything. The way I see you on stage, especially when you supported Example.
Oh, mate, that was the
just-
best gig we've ever fucking
That
done.
Yeah,
was
that was-
just
that was-
like,
that was
you
big,
know,
that was.
and the three of you, it's absolutely great
Yeah.
now.
That's when we realised something though, isn't it? Because you can play in like little clubs or little pubs. Or
Pubs.
little places and stuff. And like the thing is, like I've noticed that we've got quite an aggressive sound, and like it's just portraying that onto the audience and stuff. So if it's sitting in a pub and you're playing one of our tracks, of like what's going on in here?
Innit?
Well, we were talking to a guy the other night, and who was I can't remember who it was, but this guy said you need to be a front man because you remember outside the pit.
Yeah.
This guy was saying to you, you were trying to do too much in the beginning.
Oh.
Who was that guy?
Oh shit, man. Yeah.
And he was saying you need to be at the front and
Yeah.
just being the front man.
Well, that was
Yeah.
why we brought Mark in, because I was doing too much, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
I was trying.
I
to fucking
saw
play
a
everything.
few gigs of you before, like, and I was just like, is this guy singing, playing keyboards, and pressing the sample buttons. I'm just like, I would lose my head on that.
Yeah.
Like,
Who was
with
that
me
guy?
being
Can't remember, man. But yeah, he had a good
Yeah,
point, didn't he?
he had a really good
Yeah,
point.
me being a DJ, I was like, press one button, and then the other button, I'm like, oh, you ready for the mix? And here we go.
Well, that's what it allowed us to do since you joined
Yeah.
the band, because like we obviously cut the band members, and what I find great about it is it's so portable. Like we ain't I mean, you've obviously got a van now, which is fucking super useful.
Yeah.
But pretty much all our equipment could probably just fit in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Either way,
It
like,
does.
do you know what I
It
mean?
does,
And
yeah,
that's
it's
that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
But when we played Keel, man, that was hand on heart. That was the best gig I've ever fucking played at,
No,
man. It was
totally.
so much fun.
Yeah.
The sound was just so spot on.
Yeah.
The reaction was ace. The crowd was ace. The
Yeah.
fact that we met Example, you saw him, didn't you?
Well,
Yeah.
the sound guys are so professional as well, weren't
Yeah.
they? Because normally sound guys, they can be dicks, can't they? Sometimes,
yeah.
you know, they
Well,
give a
I
shit
don't
about you.
think
But
they intentionally try to be dicks. I just think
But-
they're just trying to get like
no,
the
no.
best
But
sound.
what I'm saying is, them guys were really good.
Because
They
I remember
were-
Aaron saying something. He said one of them said we'd turned something down, but he turned it back up again because he was like, there was no need to turn
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and ramped it back up again for everybody else.
It was
to hear,
it was just cable management that night, boys.
Yeah.
I tell you, it was
It
horrendous.
looked cool though.
Was
Very
it?
cool. It looked very
Oh
cool.
yeah,
looked
because
very
we
cool.
just had that table, didn't we? We need to play like that.
Yeah.
I think that
reckon-
should be our setup.
Like everyone would get like free we
Mm.
got 3 tables and like that looks sick.
Does
Yeah,
Jack need a table cable?
Yeah, no,
hopefully soon.
yeah, very soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's-
Because I said to these boys last night, like, I'd want something else to do instead of just guitar.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think there's an opportunity for me to actually just
I
jump
thi-
on
I
something
think
else.
that's what's like really fucking. It's good that you say that. It's really important, like, because obviously we're not like a normal band. Like, it's,
Yeah.
We had a little jam last night,
Yeah.
yeah, and like we let Jack have a little bit of a fucking guitar play, and instantly Mark's like, "We sound like too much like an indie band." I'm like, yeah, but that's because we've never actually. It's always been me dictating.
By the way,
fucking-
that was Rhys's Mark impression. He
yeah,
just-
but
he does
everyone's
it all.
heard it before,
Yeah,
and I
everyone's-
even do it in front of Mark now,
Yeah.
and
Do
I.
you know, I find myself sometimes doing his impression of me. I'm just like, why am I doing an impression of myself? Like, you know what I mean?
But Mark can't do an impression of me.
No.
He can.
Go on.
No, I don't need to do one.
No,
I don't
go on,
want
go
to
on.
do
Put
one.
you on the spot now.
No,
Do an impression
I
of
don't
me,
want to do I've not got one, if I'm honest with you.
In teat.
It's fucking shit. Shit.
Oh, fucking. Like, the thing is, he rips his hair out, and then he's like, this fucking.
Do you?
Yeah, mate, we see, me and Jack, when you get fucking upset on the fucking, when we were rehearsing, it was like fucking, like, well, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea and have a biscuit because he's losing his head in there. So that's, yeah, Jimmy, like, I remember you fucking walking out the fucking room, holding your head, like, you're literally pulling yourself out the fucking, pulling yourself out the room.
I'm a changed man though now, I'm told.
Yeah.
But Jack, people have been bigging you up. We had Grant Foster last time, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, George and Grant, man, yeah, proper bigging you up, man.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Seriously.
Bit blown away by it, really. So.
Oh, that's nice, man.
yeah.
Yeah, good.
Jack's still like the
Thanks.
most nicest, humblest person in the world.
Yeah, yes, man.
Like, he's never.
I love Rhys, I love you, but Jack's my favourite member, mate.
You've always been Wes's favourite from the start.
From the start, mate, when I first met you, man.
It's like
Cheers,
a family. Like, Jack's the child, and me and Rhys are mummy and daddy.
Mummy and daddy, yeah. When mummy and daddy have arguments, don't we, Jack?
Yeah.
And you just kind of sit out of it.
Yeah.
But the
Go
good thing
upstairs
about
to my
having
room.
the good thing about having 3 people in a band is
Yeah.
like it is fully democratic.
Yeah.
So it's like if 2 people are saying yes to an idea, then it'll go that way. Like, do you know what I mean? And I have always done that, even though I am a bossy cunt. But
Yeah.
lately, I've definitely calmed down, man. Just because I think doing this podcast has properly helped me.
Yeah.
Like, meet people and actually listen to people, so I'm not like always being the fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a high energy person, so you need to have like a high output sort of thing. So
Yeah, I've always got to have
It's
something going on.
yeah.
So
yeah.
what's happening with 10 o'clock Chemical now? What's going on?
We're writing, we're building, we're like, I say, we're just making some new music, redesign the live set, and like, you know, not saying we've enjoyed the last ones because we've played a few festivals and that sort of stuff, but
We'll talk about that
we'll
actually.
talk about that. But
Yeah,
but it's just really pull back a minute and literally just let's find out what our sound is. Let's literally build something really strong.
It's a bit of self-discovery, aren't
Yeah.
we? And like the cool thing about us now, as I think we're all just good pals either way. So outside of the fucking practice room,
Yeah.
writing and everything, we do shit like this. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think it's been important for us to take that step back now and just like say no to any gigs. So we've
Yeah.
got no gigs coming up.
Yeah.
We've been asked like and
We've been asked a few times.
been upsetting a few people because we're like no, because we just need to figure out what it is that we're doing.
I was saying this to you earlier. I think there's a lot of bands that need to with a lot of bands it works. With a lot of bands it doesn't. But like I think there's in some bands sometimes you need to have that little bit step away of things and like, you know what, let's just step back and like actually think about what we're doing, because we were performing songs that were not even done yet, and like, you know.
Well, I've been listening to some of your new material tonight, and you've already got ideas of what you want to do for the video and that. And
that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But, or what everyone else agrees on. But like, I think if you know what, if you have a solid plan, what you want to do, like for instance, take Science. They've got a plan. They've got the release. They've got the image. They've got everything. But I just want to purely focus on the music and what we represent as a band,
Which we haven't done
we haven't done
actually since you've joined, because
Yeah.
you've obviously come in.
Yeah.
We already had an image, we already had an idea what 10 o'clock Chemical is. And then like down the line, since we've been playing, we've been thinking like, are we doing this right?
Yeah.
What is 10 o'clock Chemical?
Yeah.
So now at the minute, what we're doing is we've took that step back and we're just deciding, we're just discovering what 10 o'clock Chemical actually is. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're getting there, man. Like, but it's gonna take time, but
everything takes time, like, you know.
But I think what we're doing right now is we're definitely going the right way about it. Like, we're not fucking pressurizing ourselves, you know what I mean? We're just last night, and it was like we come up with a few riffs and stuff like that, and it wasn't super productive because we were only on 3 hours together.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we just get used to each and every one of us having an input from the get-go, now we've started from a blank canvas, then it's going to eventually develop into like a proper band, which I wanted from the start, man.
Yeah.
And it's not just Rhys Oakes saying fucking do this, do that.
It's easier for like the live stuff as well, because as soon as like we know what we've written in the studio or wherever,
you can replicate.
We know like already know what we're doing on tunes, so it's.
Jack, what is it with your issue when you're actually in a studio to record?
Yeah, I saw this on the.
Yeah, I mean,
you made a good point when other band members are sitting down and you're up doing your bit. That
because you are amazing live, and that's what's so strange about it. It's like, and if you just sat with your band members, you just find it difficult, don't you?
Yeah. When everybody else is not playing as well, it's like when we're all playing together, and it's like just bit less pressure and just feels more.
It's
right,
weird that you think that
comfortable.
though, because like when you play live, you look way more comfortable than when like you're playing on your
Yeah.
own.
And I don't have that thing in my ear that.
The clicking.
Yeah.
Hey, you need the clip, man. You need
I know,
the
yeah,
click
but
when
Well,
you're
that's it.
recording.
Though some
Then-
people find it hard to play to
Yeah,
a click
yeah,
track.
yeah.
Because then
It's
I
drummers
feel like,
especially,
you
and
know, could be like a robot then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's really good about it as well, because like it's not like we are a very unusual trio, if you may say so, because we've got synths, we've got drum machines, we've got, you know, it's a little bit more hands-on. Like not everyone plays an instrument, so I'll play keys, synth, trigger samples, trigger actually parts of tracks. So you can, for instance, if we've got the crowd going, we can actually keep on a loop. So that's where the DJ element comes in, I think.
Yeah.
So I think.
and you are predominantly a DJ, aren't you, Mark?
Yeah.
So-
But like, there's more of a hybrid sort of thing to it. So like, it's exciting, but I feel like over the past year, I feel like it's not really what I really want to do, because I like a DJ set is like telling a story, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like, I really wanted to implement that into a band. So it's just actually just building that sort of arrangement and actually playing it. So like, hence why we're doing all this now. So we get all the tracks laid out, we get everything, you know, fucking on in the project, and we can actually know what
So
we
do
do.
you find this more difficult, band-wise, as putting out a
Do you mean
DJ
the band,
set,
or you
or
mean Rhys? Fucking like that's no. It's been an amazing experience and stuff. It's been like, it's also challenged me because we're always learning from each other. We're all learning from each other, which is like really good, because I didn't really know much about MIDI. Now I'm like, me and him were bickering with each other. Like, no, goes in fucking MIDI output there. No, goes no, Mark. Look, fucking MIDI in. Look, and it's like you have to be there to understand what.
So on that line, what you're talking about, your equipment, like MIDI-wise, and what you're playing with.
That's what I mean. That's what
have you
it was.
got?
It was all like a fucking spaghetti salad in there. Fucking like having like fucking one song we're playing with fucking drum machines and with fucking microbrute. Next song we're not even using them. So again, that's why we all come together and like, you know, let's just build this properly, because it sounds ace.
So what software do you?
Let's
What
not go through this one.
what software do you?
Well, when we
run it
play
all
live, we
through?
do use Ableton, right?
Yeah.
And then we're using Ableton right now to record the audio. So Ableton does have its uses, but
Yeah.
I find Ableton, it fucking proper like crushes my creativity, because I think it's because I don't know the software. But there's always something, especially when you're on it. Yeah, it's always like, oh no, Ableton just decided to do. I'm like, because it's fucking Ableton. It always fucking decides to fuck up. Like
Well,
Pro Tools has a
how long
fucking
have you been on it, Ableton?
I started on Logic.
Right.
And
Okay.
I remember the day clearly when I converted over to Ableton, because I was making.
What version?
I think it was 8 at the time, and I remember, it was 8. And I remember coming back from college at the time. I was like, my mate gave me a copy of it. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to try it. So I'll give it a whirl, because at first we were in college. We were like predominantly taught how to use Cubase, and I got into Logic because I got a Mac, and then I was using Logic and it just didn't make sense to me. Then I got a copy of Ableton, and then there was this thing, automation.
oh yeah,
Automation and
bit of automation.
a bit of automation, and it's just the flexibility of it. So you have everything on the left and on the bottom, your signal chain at the bottom. It was just like, mate, it's sick. So we've just gone from there.
I think that's time for snacks, to be honest, man.
Let's go.
So this is snacks.
What we got for snacks?
Give us a moment of silence.
Yeah.
We'll have a fucking line. You've been watching the fucking podcast, haven't
Yeah, fucking love this.
You've been
one.
watching the podcast, haven't you?
Yeah, of course.
Snacks!
Get the snacks out.
Alright, watch.
Your
So-
headphones are on the wrong way.
What way is supposed
Twist
to be?
them. It's fucking with me OCD. Yeah, go on,
Is
put them
it?
on that way. Left ear. There we go, son. Right,
Beautiful.
snacks.
Snacks.
We like to fucking comfort our guests
Yeah.
with some little snacks
Yeah.
during the podcast, right?
Please be Haribo's.
No, you know what they are. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, when I get them out, you're going to have to act like, oh wow, no way,
Oh, no way.
because it's a hot day.
No
Yeah.
way!
Hey, oh my God.
I love them anyway.
It's
man.
almost
Oh,
like we
they're
weren't
not-
together when we brought the snacks out, do you know what I mean? But we've got some Magnum Whites,
Yeah.
man.
Oh man.
Mate,
yes.
I'm dreading this actually because
I prefer the brown ones.
The brown ones, yeah.
what, the naughty ones. I tell you, my housemate
No,
James.
no,
I tell you, my housemate James. He gets like, he always gets ice creams. He always gets Magnums. And first of all, I always doubted what he gets. Like,
you,
he always gets the salted caramel ones.
you.
And yet, the other day, I indulged in one,
For me.
and it was just,
Well, for me,
heaven. So,
what I
like,
do is ASMR style.
ASMR.
Fucking eat him in front of the mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, fucking.
I don't think I've ever had a
Can I
right
save
one.
mine for later?
They've been sitting there too
I
long.
do love them, but
You're just not feeling it right now.
What's wrong?
I just
Get out, Jack.
having a
And
Carling
eat your
diet.
fucking eat your fucking Magnum now. Man.
Get it down here.
You
I
don't
like-
have to eat it all.
How do you eat your Magnums? That's the thing. Like, how does everyone eat their Magnums? Because whoever
Kinda-
eats them bite by bite is
When they're
absolute-
colder than there,
Yeah.
I would eat all the chocolate first. and
Yeah,
then
do you
the ice cream
bite
after,
around the
yeah.
sides and
Yeah,
you bite
because
that?
you've got a weird fucking habit you have.
Yeah, like I've got to get rid of all the chocolate first.
Mark, right, do you know
before-
when he eats a
So-
meal, say
Yeah.
if you're doing like a curry and rice, Mark will eat the curry first and the rice after, or he's like, he'll
yeah.
separate his food.
Yeah, I'm a section eater.
I'm a separator.
Yeah, I'm a
weird
section
shit
eater.
out of
I get a bit weird when I'm
So
like,
what's that about you, Mark? Apparently, Rhys has told me you can power eat.
Oh,
what do you mean?
right. Yeah. We ordered a pizza last night at mine, yeah. He ate about 6 slices of pizza before I finished 1 slice of pizza. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
But there's something behind it, isn't there? It's about your sister.
Mhm.
Explain to us what that's about, man.
I can't tell you about that.
Because,
It's quite deep shit out of that.
I'm sorry, man, but you used to eat your food quick as shit when you were a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, because my sister would just take it away from me. No.
Not like your Uncle Nick.
My Uncle Nick's the same.
Chisel
Yeah.
away at it.
Oh. What? I thought you were cheesing. Cheers,
Boys.
boys.
Fucking, I've
Yeah,
never
let's-
done that
let's-
before.
Let's gingerly touch our magnums together. Cheers.
What's this thing about when you do cheers in Germany? You have to make eye contact.
Yeah,
Rhys has taught me that
I'm
one.
a strong believer in that as well.
I've been doing it since.
Yeah,
I nearly forgot, but then I
Yeah.
was like, just remembered at the last minute. I was like,
yeah. Look, man. No, I was finding like.
Is that a real German thing? Is it?
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
oh.
Yeah, it's like it goes back to. I don't know if it's a German theory or something, but it goes back to like the Middle Age. Like, you know, when you drink with like a different tribe or whatever, or like a different blah blah blah, and you look at like you say cheers. The ideal when you say cheers is to spill your drink into another guy's drink, so it makes that
connection.
that's like that's not poisoned or anything. So it's like when you handshake. I read this the other day when you back in the day when you shake each other's hands, you're supposed to get the grip that was that you're like shaking hands, and also when you shake their hands, that nothing falls up their fucking sleeve. Didn't make sense, but at the time it made sense. So
No, but Rhys has got me into that one now because I remember out if you're doing cheers,
Put your knife, you're finished.
definitely an eye contact thing.
well, okay, wrong.
I don't want to eat a whole one.
No,
Yeah, just like
especially after that.
because they're a bit warm as well, so you just like suck it away.
Yeah,
on
they're
it,
quite
aren't
malty they are. They've been sitting there for a while, man.
you? Yeah.
I like
Okay.
Malty.
Yeah.
Mm.
But no, I've been cheersing in exactly the same way now. Look each other in the eye, you know. Like,
Yeah, it's just a little thing that I really like.
Just a little thing.
Yeah, it's just every little helps, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Oh no,
We've been getting recognised by this podcast, haven't we? Apparently, right.
I know.
Mate, it's dead cool. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, people actually give a shit about this podcast. And
It is,
the
it's
last
good.
podcast that we did, well, by the time this goes out, everyone would have seen the Sam Bloor and Luke Medlock one.
yeah,
Now we're talking
yeah.
at real time, like. Fucking Georgia Clee and Grant Foster's has been the best performing podcast. So it's gotten like, I think it reached like over 200 views in 2 days, which usually takes about a week for an average podcast to go.
yeah.
I personally think this one will be good, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
50,000 views straight away.
It's good though. It is good though. Like, obviously when you guys started it up and stuff, like, you got the idea because like me and Jack were like kind of watching you behind, like sticking the whole room together and like getting all your shit together and like getting the lights sorted and all that stuff. So like, fair play. It's a good.
Contact adhesive.
It's a
Brilliant,
good.
mate.
yeah. Jack had a fucking, you helped us out with it, didn't
Fucking
you?
brilliant, man.
Well, what did Jack do?
Well, he helped glue some of these acoustic
Sprayed-
tiles on.
sprayed
Yeah.
some of these.
Oh, well, I've done fuck all to this, so everyone. I'm
But
sorry.
mate, I'm starting to feel like Mark Crawford at the minute in Stoke-on-Trent. Like, if I go on the Cultural Quarter and I go in a bar or anywhere, somebody's coming up to me and be like, "Oh, watch your podcast, mate." It's like, what the fuck?
It's good.
People actually give a shit. It's amazing.
But
And it's
that's- I won't mention a couple of guys, mate. Joe Martin.
Joe Martin, man.
Yeah.
He put a cool status on the other day,
Fucking
didn't he?
brilliant, cool status, man.
He is.
He's
He
like-
is literally one of the.
Do you know
nicest,
Joe?
Yeah, Joe Martin. Yeah,
and his mate
one of the
named
most
Ben.
loveliest guys I know.
Yeah.
He's
Who's he, sorry?
most genuine.
Can you remember? there was this mad house party in Shelton, man, and these guys were behind it,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that it was connected.
Rough House.
Rough House Gang.
Rough House Gang. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking to
guys,
Ben in the rig the other night, and they are fucking beautiful
Yeah,
guys.
mate. He
man.
came up to us and he was like,
Absolutely
"Yo,
fucking amazing
like,
guys.
Whoa, what,
Yeah,
who are
they
you?"
are.
He was like, "Mate, I used to run that house in Shelton that you were talking about, and fucking my name's Ben." And I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
That's sick.
And they watch the podcast like every Sunday/Monday. Like.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, wicked
So,
guys.
like, honestly,
I've
really,
known Joe for a few years. Not
Yeah.
for a few years, but he's give that guy a guitar and he'll sing you. Give him a subject and he'll sing you an album of it.
Musician.
Yeah,
Is that Joe?
He's an amazing guitarist, an amazing singer as well. Like I really like. You really buzz off him when you're around him.
yeah,
Yeah.
we did see him in the pit, like, but obviously, wait till I can around the pit. Yeah,
He's got a dog as well. He's like I don't know my types of dogs, but like he had a dog as well. Gus, he called him, I think. I'm not too sure, but yeah.
Did you see that story about the Chihuahua getting pinched?
Was it the seagull?
It still hasn't been found.
What? By what? By a seagull?
Yeah.
Have you heard that thing today? I heard a thing today on the news, on the radio. Apparently, if you stare at a seagull, like give it dead eyes, it will go away. Apparently, they don't like it.
Well,
But like the men who stare at goats style, like if you just like stare at an eagle,
Yeah,
it'll
it's
just
just
go.
like it stop them from like taking your chips. They're like just staring
Yeah,
down.
the little bastards for that,
and they
aren't
go
they?
away.
So
Yeah.
what? See, before he nicks your chips, he'll come up to you and look at you in the eye and be like, "I'm gonna nick your chips, bro."
Yeah.
Does he
You
do
look
that?
at it and
But they just fly apart.
Are they German seagulls though? Are you sure they're not cheersing you?
Yeah, well, could be.
Do you know what I mean?
Why would
Actually, there's
what
no
would a
such thing
German
as a
seagull
seagull.
do?
There's no such thing as a
Yeah,
seagull.
because
No,
they're fucking
they're
everywhere.
just called gulls. Yeah, they're not actually seabirds. They're land birds.
What?
That's trippy,
Right.
man.
There's no such thing as a seagull. Yeah. Right. They're just called gulls. The birds are called gulls. People have been made to believe they're called seagulls because they fly out into the sea and that, but they're actually land birds.
Yeah.
So they're just called gulls.
So from the moment when they fly from the sea to the land's like, oh, it's a sea langull.
No. They won't cross the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll just fly out to sea a bit and come back. They're actually just called gulls.
Have you ever seen like how far a bird
I
actually?
got that off QI, by the
Yeah,
way,
right.
so it's the BBC, so
Stephen
it could be
Fry.
complete and utter bullshit. you
Oh
know.
yeah, well,
But-
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what were you
like
gonna say?
swifts and all them type of birds. They
Yeah,
come over from Africa. And
Mate, and they go Asia and everywhere. They have
Yeah.
a fucking better travelling experience than I do. Like in the
Yeah.
past 5 years,
There's birds that actually sleep whilst they fly.
Yeah.
dolphins sleep, shut off half the brains when they go to sleep, so they can carry on swimming. And half the brain with one eye can still see what's going on, yeah, and then the rest of the other part of the brain,
Wish I could.
Fucking hell.
apparently.
Yeah.
There was a funny documentary. I had a good friend of mine, Jamie Baxter. He lives back in Peterborough. He came around my house like a few months ago and stuff, and we were watching this documentary about like our dolphins and stuff. And you know, there's like that really pretty girl on the boat. And I was like, oh my god, we were trying to really reconnect with like the dolphins, and like we're trying to create a relationship between humans and dolphins. And he just sat there dead stone in the back of a corner, going, why don't you just leave him alone? Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Like.
Apparently,
Yeah.
a dolphin feels like a flaccid penis. According to my missus's mate, she went on holiday, and she said dolphins, they're not that weird. They just, if you touch them, they just feel like a flaccid penis.
A flattered penis.
A flaccid penis,
Flaccid.
like a floppy dick, like you know what I mean.
What?
Have you ever touched a dolphin?
I've swum with dolphins before. But
Have you ever swum with flaccid penises?
No.
Have you, Jack?
No.
Have you, Wes?
Well, touch me own flaccid penis.
No, I'm just trying to remember because
So
I've touched big fish before, and I go fishing with my brother sometimes, and like when he catches fish, like a catfish or something. No, I don't.
I don't get it. Like the skin.
Yeah.
Or
What?
something,
Just the
don't
dolphin
know.
in general. If you touch it, apparently, it just feels like a floppy dick.
I can't get
No, I
that.
don't.
I
No, I
don't get
don't.
that.
I just thought I'd chuck that in there
No,
because
no,
I heard
no.
it the other day. I thought it'd get generated a bit of a laugh, like, but
I'll have to touch a dolphin.
Yeah,
and
we'll
I'll
go
let you know.
Yeah.
go
Go
dolphin.
SeaWorld or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
moving swiftly on, right? I want to speak to another guest. We were about Joe and Ben.
Yeah.
There's a girl coming in the podcast called Levi.
Hopefully, mate. Yeah. 'cause
Levi
she's fucking
Osborne,
wicked,
right?
man.
Yeah.
And
I
we
thought she was
we saw her
great.
at the Pilgrim's Pit,
Yeah.
and it's a
Supporting-
scene that we're not exactly familiar with as much as you are because you're
Yeah.
a fucking superstar DJ and you've been around the electronic scene
Yeah.
a lot longer and a lot in a wider spectrum than we have.
Yeah.
Have you played with Levi Osborne before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've done a podcast for them as well because they do their own podcast called Mave.
Yeah, because there's not many people doing podcasts on State, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. It's Levi Osborne and Tom Hammond.
And do they play together?
Yeah, they do DJs.
Yeah,
Well, I saw them supporting this guy called Anu,
Yeah.
and it was absolutely a fucking
Anu.
wicked
Was
night.
that the other Saturday?
Yeah.
It was a fucking...
They were wicked.
It was a wicked night, fucking...
I feel like I booked him in for this podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
He'd gone, and I was like, saying to Wes, I was like, mate, get her in the podcast.
Yeah.
And we went over and
Yeah.
had a chat. And then, so,
Yeah, nice one for that. Jack,
Thanks,
actually.
Jack, man. Yeah, sound.
thank you.
Yeah.
you'd gone.
But
Did
honestly,
we?
that Anu,
Yeah,
where did I fucking
Anu guy,
go
I
to?
think it was Anu, yeah.
You were on form that
It
night.
was fucking
Yeah,
brilliant,
you
man.
were on form.
It was a fucking amazing night.
Yeah, that was the first time you saw it. I
Was-
wanted
It was
to. Yeah.
first time I've ever seen Anu, yeah. And I think Levi Osborne opened and closed for Anu,
Yeah.
yeah. And I saw the closing set.
Yeah.
They played a
And
song.
it's
The
like-
last song they played was a remix called Yini or something. I Shazammed it and like wicked talent, like DJ
Oh, yeah.
scene in general as well. It's
Yeah.
just absolutely blown up.
Well, I
on
spoke
stage.
to her after, and who's the guy?
Tom Hammond.
Tom Hammond.
Yeah.
I spoke to him both after. I was
Yeah.
a bit like, like you all like, yeah. And she was fucking so
Very
nice to
sound.
speak to.
Yeah, yeah.
Sound as fuck, like, yeah. So,
But they were ace
hopefully
on
we'll-
stage, like, watching him.
Oh.
Like, so much energy in that. Like,
Yeah.
it was ace. They got everybody, like,
Yeah,
fucking hyped up.
wicked
The
sound.
new Pilgrim's Pit is just fucking amazing, man.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like
saw
it's
a
such
picture
a
the other day.
level
There
up
was
from the
crowd
old one.
surfing in there the other day as well, wasn't there?
The Japanese band.
well, we missed them, didn't we? Rhys?
Mate, that was dead sick about that. Yeah, we saw him and
Mm.
fucking. We went down to see Honey as well at the Underground, so we were trying to do two things at once. And we came back, and you know, because I've worked with Hotte, right? I was fucking as soon as they came out, mate.
No, just tell them first.
Yeah.
What did we do?
What did we do?
We missed them, didn't we?
We just missed them, right?
Oh, where were you before?
We were at the Underground. We were with Grant and
Yeah.
like the guys that play with Honey.
Yeah.
And we came back up, and we saw him before we went. Before we actually got
'cause
our
we were
mark
in,
in the Pilgrim's
We
Pit.
were in Clay Pizza.
Clay Pizza, man.
Have you been to Clay Pizza?
Oh yeah.
No.
Me,
The other one?
me and my girlfriend Fi always go there because they do like a variety of pizzas as well, like vegan pizzas and stuff. So like, it's always nice.
Yeah.
And we saw-
and they got German beer in there.
Mate, they've got a good selection.
Yeah,
of
They
drinks
also
in there.
serve Kraken and ginger beer. So
Yeah.
for me,
So anyone
two
get
straight
yourself to Clay
To
Pizza.
be honest,
it
I've
is
not
fucking-
heard about this since I've come back
Yeah.
to Stoke. What's this whole
I
fucking
was
thing
about
about
to ask-
ginger beer? What's it
How
like?
did
It's
you-
me,
how
it's
did
just me,
you
innit?
Yeah, like-
discover?
Yeah, how
Mate,
is
they also
like,
do wheat beer and
you
Clay-
are
and
like
Literally, I was
Clay.
in Tesco
literally,
the
you're
other
always
night.
like drinking the what was it? Teskies or whatever you're drinking.
Teskey.
And in that
Yeah,
Teskey,
Polish
and then,
beer.
like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a ginger beer with some rum tonight.
Well,
What-
I'm into my ginger beer at the minute. That's
Yeah.
all. Like, you know, I used to drink
have
it when I was
Have you
little.
had a Krabby's before?
Krabby's
Yeah.
Krabby's isn't that good.
It's alright.
Oh,
in
it's
my
nice,
opinion.
It's
actually.
okay. It's just like
It's not-
4% fucking.
Literally, like this is the best stuff, Fentimans. But we've been drinking. I started on old Jamaican ginger beer, right? And I fucking moved my way up to Fentimans basically. I just think it's a really beautiful drink, and I like Kraken rum. I've recently discovered that, so
Yeah, it's
I've
nice,
been
nice
fucking
rum, that is.
been drinking that.
But I've seen a post on the fucking Pilgrim's Pit website, mate. Yeah.
yeah,
Fucking, they've got some rums in.
75%.
And one of them is 75.7% vol, man. I'm gonna have to go and try it out.
That's like absence.
That's a
Oh,
fucking
that-
yeah,
strong.
yeah,
that
on
just
that
gives me
level,
shivers, man. That's the sort of stuff I don't really want to try. Like,
You'd have to have one.
Ooh,
But we
try
saw this
one.
Japanese band,
Yeah.
right, coming out after they played at the Pilgrim's Pit, and they were called A Page of Punk. Do you know, because of my connection with Hotte,
yeah.
drunk fucking took Rhys decided to ring Hotte, right?
I know,
Video message him, because I was like, oh, Japanese people, they will know a fucking Hotte.
Yeah,
And I was talking to him
Rhys is
outside.
pissed up ringing an
Yeah, proper,
fucking
like, yeah.
international
I'm like, you know what, you know
superstar,
Hotte? And they were
As
like,
you do.
they were like, Hotte? Yeah, we know Hotte. I showed him a picture of us and Hotte, and all I heard, like, from all the band was like, oh my God! And I was like, showing them this picture. They were taking selfies outside, yeah. And then Martin Godding comes along, and he's just like, yeah, I knew this guy. I think it was like something to do with wrestling or acting or something.
Yeah,
And he was putting the
Martin's
picture out.
big into his wrestling. Like,
And they were all again like, oh! So I decided, I was like, listen, I'll ring Hotte, yeah, and I'll get you to speak to him. And they were perplexed and amazed. Obviously, Hotte was ignoring all my phone calls, and then I had to send him that fucking sober message in the morning. I'm
he's
so
just doing
sorry
a tour
about
in
last
Japan
night.
at the minute, isn't he?
Hotte, mate,
started
he's
tour.
always
Did you-
busy,
because,
man.
got a sent video.
He's always
and
busy.
he's opened his show and like, what a geezer! Sold over 40 million records and and worked with with Bowie, Rolling Stones.
Quentin Tarantino.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, man, the Kill Bill.
Kill Bill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't believe we missed the band, because apparently that fucking crazy this band does. One of them broke the finger in the Pilgrim's Pit.
Yeah.
while they were performing
We
the
saw
set.
it. We saw.
Yeah,
Did they like climb up?
mental,
Shit
mate.
and all
Yeah,
that?
they hang from ceilings like little
I
bats.
think
Yeah.
I might have seen him one
Amazing.
night at the rigger.
What was that?
And
What?
you know how they got all the like
Yeah.
rig stuff at the top of the stage in the rigger? There was like, because they were Japanese, and the singer, he climbed up, and then he, you know, like when you put your legs over a bar and like hang upside down, he did that on like the lights in the rigger.
Yeah, but when you speak to them, they're dead like humble and shy and
Oh,
quiet.
mate,
and
he was
all
trying to
that
buy
kind
him a
of
drink.
Yeah, mate, they would not let me buy him a
They-
drink.
They were not having it.
No,
No.
they were like,
Are
they
quite
let
disciplined,
me
though,
go
they
and
all?
buy a drink for them with their money.
I think it was a cultural thing,
yeah.
like, because they've come into this country. I think they're very like, and if you shake the hand as well, they bow straight away.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
that's culture, isn't it? If you go to Thailand, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Say Sawadee Cap, you go like that, and they do that like.
What
Yeah.
was that? What was that artist you were on about the other day? Who like, he's absolute blooming nutter. Who like cutting himself on stage and like.
Oh,
J-
Gigi
Oh,
Yeah,
G.G. Allen.
Gigi Allen.
Mate, he's a different level, mate.
Yeah.
Tell you.
He
He's
died
fucking-
eventually, didn't
yeah,
he?
smack overdose, yeah.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
imagine like like just sitting about just doing nothing? Like what the stories you were telling me? I'm like, what was he doing again?
What did you see the
Mate,
stuff?
no, G.G. Allen is like
Did he shit in his hands and clap
Yeah.
or something?
No,
Like,
no,
what
he,
did he do?
played on stage, yeah. Just got in the middle with the crowd, yeah. Fucking did his little poo. got his hand right, and just went. Like,
No, mate,
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Got his face and everything.
But
He's
God,
mental.
But like he sort of like rapes people on stage and that, like drags people out the crowd
mate,
and
yeah.
stuff.
No,
Like
that-
no mate,
that's-
no mate, he's a total different level, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go on YouTube and search for G.G. Allen, yeah, and look for him, right, yeah. Oh, that guy can fucking rape anyone, man. Yeah, he's got a fucking tiny sort of fucking.
Got a little shiitake mushroom,
he's got
like, you
his-
know what I mean? Like.
Honestly, but like if you see interviews with him, mate, he is fucking on
Yeah,
another
yeah,
level. He is
yeah.
so bad,
Yeah.
mate.
I was watching. That reminds me. I was watching the best moments of Ozzy Osbourne the other day on Facebook, and like he's come out his little in the background. There's like a dark little room. He's like coming out. He's like, Sharon, where's my beers? Someone stole my beers. No, Ozzy, you've drank all your beers. You took them all. Like, no, someone stole my beers. I'm like, how old is he now?
He's fucking.
He's got me in his 70s,
Mid-
hasn't
70s,
he?
He's,
yeah, yeah.
he's still a
You've
legend
seen
there,
the,
man. Fuck me.
The thing on Netflix, The Dirt, which is like
Yeah.
about Motley Crue.
Yeah, we
Motley
spoke
Crue,
to Black
yeah,
Coast
yeah,
about
Black
that,
Coast
mate.
watching that,
They are
yeah,
not
yeah.
happy with that at all.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
why-
no.
absolutely not.
Why,
They
why
thought
is that?
more should have been
Well,
put
the best
in.
way to say that is
Scott has read the book. Scott knows everything about Motley Crue.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a fucking absolute fan, mate. Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows the ins, outs,
yeah.
and he's really not happy.
Because
with,
it's like
really not
it
happy
was
with
like
that film.
it was like Hollywood made that
Why
film,
is
though,
that?
innit? It was Hollywood that made that film.
Why
Yeah.
is that? Sorry, because they've added stuff into it.
or taken away,
Yeah,
or
right, okay.
Loads of
mate,
shit happened.
if you're a
Because
proper
you
Motley
see at the
Crue
start-
fan, it's not good.
You
Yeah,
see at the start
right.
of the film, they had two managers, when they introduced all the crew and stuff, and somewhere along the film that says, oh yeah, there were two managers, but one because of legal reasons didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
No.
So
yeah.
and that's just like.
Can you imagine us with two Aaron Moores? I think that'd be quite good, actually. One look after you, one look after me.
Yeah.
You'd be fine. You'd
I'll
be
be
alright.
alright,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jack will be alright.
Jack's always alright.
Jack will just go
Jack's
around
your favourite.
for a while.
Yeah, but like fucking. I watched the film. Okay, it was hilarious when you watch like a few scenes, like rock stars sniffing ants, and like it was like Ozzy Osbourne again. Ozzy Osbourne.
Well,
Yeah.
Scott
That's right.
says in that scene that they had
Yeah.
where he snorts the fucking ants or
Yeah.
whatever, he says if you read the book, yeah, there's way more to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What book
Yeah,
is that
'cause
then?
he-
I can't remember, mate. I'll find out for you. But if you read the book,
Yeah, was one of the things like because they were always on tour, like trying to outdo each other.
yeah,
Like Motley Crue, like all fucking passed out in like their room one night, but Ozzy like fucking shit in his hotel room, and then wrote fucking Ozzy on the wall
Yeah,
in his shit or something like that.
that's fucking mental. Imagine being at like.
Apparently, it's in. I've not read the book, but that's something I've heard.
You wouldn't
from
be able to
it,
do that today, though, would you?
well, hang around with science, mate. They might show you a few things.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not down. No, I'm not up for that, man. We had them in the podcast,
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
Ben was like, "Oh, we only let
bands tour that can like keep up with us, like, you know, in terms of like the drink and everything.
Oh yeah.
Mate, he was stuttering all the way through the podcast. Like we had exactly the same. We were on the same level as them. Man.
Do you know what? Ben Nixon's been mentioned every single podcast, hasn't he?
Ben's a
He's
fucking
a-
legend.
he's a
mate.
guy
He's
like
a
that,
little
isn't he?
legend.
He's a little Jesus in the music community.
And he looks
you know.
like Jesus as well. I actually think he is.
Mm.
No, fucking, mate, honestly,
I went to Paris with him.
Oh, mate.
can
Do you
you
want to
see
talk
what
about
happened there, or is
It was
could
one
you...
of the best weekends of my life. Lads.
that was a weekend before
yeah.
you joined the band as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
It
it?
was Ben.
Yeah,
it was Ben
yeah,
that
yeah.
told. It was Ben
Yeah,
that told Mark join the band.
Really?
We
Yeah.
sat at the back of a bus. Like it's about 5-6 in the morning. Like we got going up to the tunnels, all smoking a spliff and stuff. And he goes, "Oh, I think it'd be very valuable if you really join, because he does. If you join the band, like,
Listen,
I was like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, no, it'd be really good. And look where I am now. But like that was one of the best weekends, hands down.
Did something go on?
Yeah, well, everything went on.
I
I don't think they're going to be well. Yeah, it was very funny and it was very good. It was an amazing experience as well to see them lads. And
Mate, can you remember that text that I sent you right when you
Yeah.
went away that weekend? It was just like, mate, I want to build an empire. I want you in the band.
yeah,
I want this, yeah. And what I did was I sent Ben Nixon the exact same message, but for quote myself of what I sent to you, right? Ben didn't mess me for like 2 days, and he got back to me saying,
mate, I really appreciate you asking me in the band, like, but I don't think I could do it. Like,
and I was like, you fucking idiot. No, I'm not asking you in the band, Ben. Like, I'm asking Mark Crawford in the band. Like, but it was the fact that Ben has still gone, he thought about it and he got,
I've thought about it really hard, mate. I don't think I'll be able to commit to 10 o'clock chemical. I'm like, yeah, Ben, I was asking Mark. I was just telling you what I'd messaged Mark.
There's always one moment I remember when we were in Paris and we all, like, the thing is, like, it was like a small little, it was like a little bar / club. And I think we like separated ourselves from the French people because the French we couldn't speak French, and we like I think there was no communication between us, so we were all sitting in a van drinking and stuff. I'm sitting in the back laughing my absolute head off. There's Adam Till sitting there looking at me like laughing his head off. He turns around, looks at me like, yeah, we're having a good time, And then suddenly I just like there's a fucking leak in the fucking van. What's going on? I turn around to Adam, right? His beer was here a minute ago, right? He was like, Adam, why is it fucking leaking? He turns around, he's like, yeah, and the beer's fucking missing. He's like, oh, so he knows you fucking open the fucking door, there's all this beer just leaking out there.
Yeah, Adam Till is a fucking legend, right?
Who's that guy? I don't know
Adam, you never met
Shag.
Adam? He's Shaggy, right? Not our Shaggy that we know.
Oh, right.
But Ben has got a fucking double mate, and it's
Yeah.
Adam Till, right?
Yeah.
There's one at that
Remember-
festival, he goes like, oh,
Mate.
you know, he stood there, he's like, Shag would like this. It's like, oh, bless him.
I always remember
What did
Adam.
you see that at that fucking...
I remember Adam for one
what
story.
festival
man.
was that? But, mate,
Not a cool.
can we just talk about the Not a Cult festival?
Yeah.
Mate, that was fucking ace, that was.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was a good
It's
festival.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to a festival like that, and I've been fucking loads of festivals, I mate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we
It's
were.
like,
Yeah, that was a fucking experience, wasn't it?
Oh,
Fucking-
ace, mate.
that was.
Yeah.
I think we got a few sharp looks that morning because everyone was in bed by 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah, what were you
Yeah.
smashing on the radio?
Yeah.
you had fucking...
Absolute 80s.
Absolute 80s, yeah.
I got like the aux in to start with, and then everybody's phone died.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's a radio. So let's put the radio on. DAB.
Well, some classics are coming on that.
Absolute 80s.
You two
Back in
stayed
the
up literally all night though. I don't
Right, yeah.
understand how you did that. We went in the tent, didn't we? I got a few hours sleep, and then I remember waking
Yeah.
up. You guys were talking about politics and all. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck me.
I was
And then I
quite-
heard somebody come to the tent going, "Are you going to the debate at 11? Is everyone going to the debate?"
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. That was fucking.
Oh, Jack.
That was shit.
Jack.
What was the debate though, Jack?
Oh, did
Oh.
you
Was it a debate?
No.
Oh,
Materialism
No, it was
versus
skepticism.
skepticism.
And materialism, and you went actually to go and see it, didn't you?
no, I didn't go, but I heard people talking about it, and apparently it was two people put together to debate that agree on the same thing.
So it was shit.
So it was not a debate.
Must have been.
Can you imagine like two groups of people and goes like, a debate is like you argue with each other, like, yeah, you know what? Actually, you're very right about this. Yeah, that's
I
all
remember
right.
when the
And
debate
then
was
it
going on, and we just sat outside that bloody store because we had some coins, didn't we?
Oh.
To like
Getting-
get.
getting
that festival,
was
man,
that-
a
was
veggie
that-
wrap.
was that a vegan
I've been loads of
veggie wrap?
festivals, and they normally end up covered in shit.
Yeah.
Bottles,
It was
cans,
very-
Mate,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was the tiniest. Even the box were fucking.
It's like
Mate.
the idea of just giving people a bin bag when they go in.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
That was good,
Why
yeah.
don't every
The
festival
thing
do that?
was, everyone was looking after the place like as they were going,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we were speaking to Nathan Barrett. Shout out to Nathan,
Yeah.
who basically was
See
one
the
of the
guy with
runners.
the
of-
dreadlocks?
yeah,
Is it
who-
Luke? Is it Luke Savage?
Yes,
Yeah,
because he
100%.
played in a band as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, and
Yeah.
what he was saying was the reason why they didn't want it to grow too big is because they formed basically like a little community out there,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
everyone mate. And I said that on stage. Then
Yeah.
time we went up, we were all fucked up, but I was still like, I'm not an eco warrior as such. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Extinction
Mate, but
Rebellion,
that was
for
so
example.
respectful.
It
All
was-
of it
But
was
that's what I
fucking
like to
great.
see, man.
But
A
that's the
nice,
thing.
tidy festival.
Yeah.
People were looking after it. People
Yeah.
getting fucked up, but still putting
No
shit in the bin.
corporatism,
Yeah,
no fucking
and it wasn't.
big
No, yeah.
fucking- It was fucking
Yeah.
ace, that festival.
Well,
was.
it's definitely
It
the
was
best festival that I've ever played
Yeah,
at.
because like you said,
Bang
that's
on.
the thing with smaller festivals. They're more communal and like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are just there.
And I
Have a
like
good
the way
time.
that when you go
when you
for a
bother.
drink, you have to pay an extra quid for your
For your
fucking
cup.
for your
Yeah.
cup,
Cup,
for your
but they just
glass
fill
or
your cup
whatever.
up like
Yeah.
it.
And then
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
It
But
was
even
so
if you keep
tiny.
them, you got like a souvenir, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
It was-
I've got
it
one
was
man at
fucking
home.
brilliant,
I've got one
that
man at
festival
home.
was.
Mine, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Was it out the grass or
Oh,
something?
and what about the festival games as well? Remember
Oh,
that?
I was gonna
mate.
say
The games!
I was
The
gonna say after
games!
the- after the debate, we had Raven, CBBC.
Yeah.
The
The
thing
games.
The thing is,
Yeah.
me and Jack, we've been up all night, like, holding each other in the arms, like, look at that sunrise,
Yeah,
you know,
that
oh,
view,
this is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, man.
And this guy's going around with a bell, like,
Yeah,
the games, everybody, join the
Festival
games.
Games.
games. And it fucking-
which
I
is
know.
basically like sports day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You
Well, it
had to
was,
go, didn't you? You got on the tug
Yeah,
of war,
tug
didn't
of
you?
war,
Yeah, yeah.
mate, and I ripped my skin off so bloody hard. Yeah,
Did you, were you on that way?
It was,
Yeah.
it was something I
I
couldn't play.
wasn't.
I couldn't play my tambourine because my fucking my thumb was that. It had
Yeah,
like
what did you
Was
do?
that what it was?
like 3 layers of fucking skin ripped off my thumb, mate, and I was like,
But
ouch.
you were guys were on the losing side. And
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
that happened, I don't know. Because
Yeah.
Because I think we're pretty strong
It
now.
looked
but
like
yeah,
the strongest
yeah.
side,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
something was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
The festival games, and you had that little
That was,
fucking.
that was something.
There was a
that
little fucking like paddling pool, wasn't there?
That was by far.
Yeah, yeah.
That was.
Where
It
there's
was.
people wrestling.
With two
it.
guys wrestling in
Yeah.
it and stuff.
That was
And
the
then
best night, man.
The prize was that
But
juice.
I was at the best
Yeah,
night. You
what
were
was it?
asleep
Some
like
fucking-
2, 3.
Because what we achieved that
good-
night, mate,
yeah.
and like before we went to
Yeah.
the tent at like 2 a.m,
Yeah.
whatever it was, we made so many friends,
Yeah.
and the people that everyone was so together, weren't we? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's called not a cult, but it basically is a cult because we're
Yeah.
all exactly the same. That
Can
Can
came
you remember the
down there.
names of them two guys that fucking absolutely loved you?
Were they from Manchester?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Manchester. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
because we got on a thingy like
Mm.
because he was saying he was going to do a radio show called Come Down With Me. I was like, bruv,
psych.
Yeah.
too late,
Done it.
motherfucker. I was like, we've got a podcast and we're already on like the 5th episode at the time, so it was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
good. That was.
But they proper fucking loved you, them two guys
Yeah,
did, mate.
yeah,
They
man,
thought you
yeah.
were fucking
You kept in
ace,
touch
man.
with them, didn't you?
Yeah, the guy's just gone off like to Vietnam for 4 months after graduation and
Lucky
stuff. So
bastard,
like,
man.
yeah,
Nice,
he's
yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys, we're going to have to get Nostrils of the week out of the way
Yeah,
here, man,
yeah,
because I've just received I've received a text.
Yeah.
Right.
Nostrils of the week.
Yeah, it's Wesley's weird obsession with cool nostrils.
Right. Okay.
And what
So-
we've got is this
Right.
week is going to be the first week where we've got a local person
A local
involved
person.
in Nostrils
Ooh.
of the week, right? So
We
this
might
is-
be having a live one coming in.
What is to you the perfect nostrils though? Because I've been watching the episodes and like
you know what a
yeah,
perfect
I've been
nostril
watching
is.
them.
You
but,
explain what a perfect nostril is.
I'll
Yeah.
show you, but we're going to have to get this picture up again, mate, yeah, just so...
Nicky Costello, because that is the
Costello
benchmark.
is
Like.
the absolute benchmark.
But here we go, Nostrils of the
It's
week.
like-
Where's his nostrils? 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 Nostrils of the week.
Nostrils.
Nostrils. That's that last bit at the end, isn't it?
So this week, we've got, who we had in last week.
Who we had in last week, but obviously to the people that are watching the podcast now,
Yeah.
Grant.
is 2 weeks
No.
ago. No.
Oh.
Even better,
Oh.
mate. We got Georgia
Curveball.
fucking Clee, mate.
Oh.
Honestly, right? And she did our first live nostril flare, focused fucking zoom shit on the camera, yeah? And these are her nostrils, man. So,
What is it,
I mean, this
live?
picture doesn't do it justice in real life.
no,
Like,
honestly,
no,
when she
fucking-
flares them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just...
It's got a good flare, good
Yeah.
shape.
And the picture that we might show you is the one
Yeah.
that she's going to send me in a minute, because she's like, no,
Okay.
hold on. She's at home right now, and she's just, like, preparing. She's looking...
Yeah.
But the photo that we've got, she's looking pretty good there.
Yeah.
And them nostrils are looking pretty fine to
And
me.
they were good.
But like, they're the different nostrils, like from the previous
Well,
episodes.
well,
Like,
the-
apparently, like,
It's,
I don't know. Like,
it's, Luke,
We like varying it up a little bit.
yeah.
we'll put this picture up as well, but
Yeah.
this is like
What-
the
The benchmark,
the
Nicky
top-
Costello.
Nicky
Yeah.
Costello, the top shelf. You know what I mean? So it's like
You know,
round.
I'm not really allowed to say what I think on those.
No,
ones.
go on. Say
No, I'm not allowed. No.
why not?
No.
Don't like 'em?
No, it just reminds me of something.
A shotgun.
No. No, not a shotgun.
But
Because that's the point.
No,
right, you know?
yeah, no,
but
but like, it'll get, yeah.
I do love a good round
Yeah.
nostril. Like,
We've
I
got
was
a
gonna say,
few-
is what you look for, circular.
No, it
Circular.
isn't just circular. It's like,
Forward
a
facing.
good forward facing. Nice
If you can
and-
see them without
yeah.
flaring, that's
See.
especially good.
Yeah.
But if you can do a good flare, that's
But I
brilliant,
thought
like,
this
so-
week we could do something local.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
Georgie Clee, thank you. What should we
For-
rate it? Should we give it?
For Nostrils of the
Um,
Week.
Oh, she's actually sent us a video. So
oh,
Oh.
this is live in the moment. She
Oh,
just sent us
oh,
this
oh.
video, so we can all share this together.
Well, it's good. That's wicked. Yeah, that's really good. That's
Thank
really
you
good,
so
Georgia.
much,
That's
Georgia,
really
man.
good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's
That
yeah,
was,
wiggle,
man.
wiggle.
So the
wiggle.
first local nostrils of the week
Yeah, that's
this
good.
week
Yeah,
goes to Georgia fucking
Yeah.
Clee,
Yeah.
man.
Should we give a
And that was it.
rating?
Shall we give a rating?
Yeah.
For that video alone, mate.
Remember, she did give. Well, her and Grant did give my fucking mates
And not a
nostrils.
good
It
score.
wasn't good. It was something like 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
So I think we should give her 6.8.
6.8, Georgia
Yeah.
Clee. There we go.
Where's his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Where's
It's
his
fucking
nostrils?
catchy, this
Where's
shit,
his
isn't it?
nostrils?
Yeah.
Where's his nostrils?
That's what you're always good at.
Nostrils of
Fucking. It's the laugh at the end. Like you both. I can imagine you
smell
both.
that?
I can imagine you both recording that, going.
It's just
Not yet.
you haven't.
No, you haven't.
Mate, it's
Oh,
on again.
you are
Sorry,
disgusting.
man. That's I've
Oh,
had something wrong with me, like
you
I
know,
have.
yeah,
like-
it's-
Baby poo poo.
Yeah, that's
again.
a
Yeah.
proper baby shit smell. That is fucking
Yeah,
hell.
I'm sorry, man.
Rhys.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Why?
Can you?
Yeah. First of all,
Should I not have mentioned it and just let
No,
you guess? Like,
yeah,
but
you
I
should-
wanted to be the first to say, look, I admit it, like, 'cause I
So he smelt it, dealt it, and all that
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
put a
so-
cigar on or something.
I'm
like,
sorry,
fucking,
man,
it's
but
like,
I've had problems lately. I don't know
can
what
I
it
have
is
some
like.
of your cigar because I just want to
Yeah.
fucking make sure that fucking
Yeah,
goes
man, there you go.
stays away from me, man. That's just like, but
Sorry, boys, but that was.
you know what? I know I'm a true believer. If you don't pay rent, you gotta go. But like, that's nasty. Like,
Yeah.
it's like getting rid of like someone's been hoarding in their room for like
Well,
fucking 4 months, and
I
not
might-
paid the bills, and you
Mate.
got as a landlord, you go in there, you're like, oh fuck me, now. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I wish I
can't
kept
smell
them.
it, so for
Yeah,
the-
so
for-
that's
for
fine.
good
Then I've
reason, like,
I've
but
held most of it back.
when I
but
was sat in the fucking stage
I
door,
thought I'd
the other night,
apologise and
It was fucking horrendous.
up
You
front.
sat
like,
there
you know
with
what I
me and
mean?
you were going, can you smell it yet?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Oh, no, I just had to get out.
But I might be moving up to Manchester soon with you.
Yeah.
Eh? Are you
Yeah.
up for that? What?
Yeah, fucking damn
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I know
think
my
it's like-
my standards of tidiness is not up to your standards of tidiness, like.
Yeah.
But, are you quite tidy, Jack?
Yeah.
You seem like a pretty organised person, actually.
well,
He,
like,
he always has an iron shirt. I've noticed his
Mm.
shirts
I mean-
are always ironed.
Do you iron your shirts?
Do you iron your shirt?
I do.
Who the fuck
but-
uses an iron nowadays?
I
man?
do.
I do
Yeah.
if I'm going out.
The other day, I bought an Adidas shirt, and I went back home and
Did you buy some Reebok Classics, though?
No, I didn't. But like, I want some Reebok Classics actually. There's some nice ones I found. But where was I now? I don't know where
Good.
I was. What are we doing? I don't know.
I was just checking the cameras on the batteries because this podcast is running over. But I
Yeah.
think they're both flashing, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking
Really?
is maybe we just like stop it, right?
Yeah,
Give it a little beep, and then charge the batteries, and then carry on, man. Because this is fucking good, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Sound, man.
I don't think it's quite hit full potential yet.
yeah.
No. This will probably be the longest podcast, to be
Yeah.
fair. So let's carry on having a few beers.
Yeah.
You've
only got 2 left.
I've got loads of Kraken though,
Yeah, we need to get the cracking out.
and honestly, I probably need a shit or something.
I think you'd bury.
Yeah.
And we're back.
We're back.
Well, so we just cut the podcast, right? Because we had to charge the batteries because we haven't been able to afford power packs yet, or it's because
I
we
know,
can't be
I-
arsed to fucking get the power
I know.
packs or whatever.
They're only 12 quid, but we'll
$12.99.
we'll get some in.
But the good thing for you, the viewers, is we're all a little bit more fucked up now, aren't we?
Yeah.
How long did
Just
we
a tad.
leave the break between the beep to this part? Was it like an hour or something?
Oh yeah.
We had some right good conversations, didn't we, man?
Yeah, it went a bit. Yeah.
So I think this podcast is about to step up
Yeah.
one fucking gear, mate, at least. And it's going to be a little bit more interesting now.
But what Jack just spoke to you about,
Yeah.
Ashwall.
Ashwall,
the
yeah,
the
we just
Pilgrim's
referenced,
Pick,
yeah, we just referenced
We
Ashwall,
just
man.
had a good word.
Where's,
Yeah.
where it is now, what a location, man. And what a
Yeah.
venue
The
in
cultural
general.
quarter.
Yeah.
Location.
Amazing.
It's the main bit that you go to. If you're going to
Yeah.
Hanley nowadays, like me, right, if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
prepping myself up, putting a nice shirt on and everything, I'm going to the cultural quarter.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
either going to the Slamish Club, I was going to go Morty's bar, but that's fucking been closed down because
Because we were just
Yeah,
round the corner.
you had a bit of an issue the other day,
Yeah,
didn't you, Jack?
We were just round the corner where it was anyway.
Yeah.
And when you ring me up, like, oh, we're at the Pilgrim's Pit, I'm not realising it moved.
You went there, yeah.
You
I
was.
fucking told Jack we were in the cultural quarter,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we checked. It was the Pilgrim's Fist. Pilgrim's
Pilgrim's
Pit.
Fist.
First night, yeah, right. And we told Jack, come up, right. We're at the Pilgrim's Pit, and he went, sound, I'm in Wetherspoons and Hanley. So I thought, oh, it's just a 5-minute walk for you, yeah. Rang me 20 minutes later. I'm at the Pilgrim's Pit in Stoke.
No
Where
way.
are you?
No way.
Yeah, I was like, where's it moved to? You're like, oh, you dickhead, it's up fucking Hanley.
It's 5
Do you
minutes
know
from
what?
Wetherspoons.
Do you know what? It's an interesting story. When I first moved to Stoke, the Pilgrim's Pit was like a it was an idea. It was not necessarily an idea or anything, but I remember when it was like an art space sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I remember
Some
the
real
first
cracking
interaction I ever had.
Some cracking.
Okay.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, but the first interaction I ever had was went to the Pilgrim's Pit and I think his name was Aidan or something. They were spray painting these boards. I went there with Rory Cahill, like he's like my pioneer sort of thing. But like I remember we went there, and I met everyone was downstairs doing their own thing, and I walked upstairs and Amy Booth was DJing, and Amy Booth was playing a song, and I was just like, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? So I introduced myself and everything, and this is where me and Ben Nixon met. So like
Ben loved you from the start, bro.
Yeah, we went to was it Trade and Love? We went to some art gallery which was just down the road, and here's a true story. Me and Ben actually have got like a little story. So me and Ben were usually going to move in together. Yeah, we were going to get a house together, and we're going to get a little tortoise, like a little turtle.
That would be a bad idea, man.
Called Gary.
Not getting a turtle.
Yeah,
No.
Gary. But
They're moving in together.
but like that's like the Pilgrim's Pit has just been absolutely amazing. In
The
sense
thing
of,
is,
like,
the Pilgrim's Pit,
I've had-
before it moved into the cultural quarter,
Yeah.
was still the place to fucking be, man.
Exactly.
It was it was just a super party house, do you know what I mean? And if you were invited back there, mate, and you got in, it was just fucking, it was the coolest place in Stoke-on-Trent. Do you know what I mean? And you would never leave the Pilgrim's Pit to go Wetherspoons next door or anything like that. No dissing Wetherspoons next door, because we promote businesses in Stoke-on-Trent, all businesses, yeah. But the Pilgrim's Pit and Stoke at that time, man, it was cool as shit to be, and now it's even cooler, and that's saying something.
That's when I did my the first Macious and Friends show as well, and it's just like it was nice, a close space. It's always been like a little. The best thing about the Pilgrims is it's always been like an artistic, like outlet for everybody.
Yeah.
You can talk about poetry, you can talk about art, you can do anything. It's always just.
Well, that's
been
what I mean.
there.
That's why I love it.
It's-
That's
it's
why
just
I want to
been
mention
the
Ash,
best
Ash,
place.
Nick, Ollie,
Everyone,
Ollie,
all of them guys.
yeah, they've just absolutely fantastic,
Yep.
lovely human beings.
And they don't do it as a job, because I was speaking to Ollie on, when was it? Saturday,
We ended up
Friday
back at the
night.
rigger with Ollie, man, because we were all
Um,
fucked, and Ollie was like, where are you going? Should we get a taxi to the rigger? And we all went fucking back to the rigger, and I was falling asleep at the bar. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, and it was just talking to Ollie, like, I mean, I got to know about what it's all about and who runs it and what them people are about, like, so really big up to Ash, big up to Nick,
Yeah,
big
man.
up to
Big up to the whole thing
Ollie,
itself,
big up to
because
the
it's
whole thing, fucking,
It's given a platform for absolutely everybody in the scene, and it's given a platform for myself, for other projects and everything. Actually, it's a space where you can really.
and the sound's good in there as well.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really
And
is.
it's better
like-
than the old Pilgrim's Pit as well. And the old Pilgrim's Pit was still decent, man. Because I remember seeing you ages ago in the old Pilgrim's Pit, and it was fucking the sound. It might not have been the sound. It might have been down to the vibes, like, do you know what I mean? Like the vibes were always fucking good, man.
Always good,
Like whoever was on that dance floor was dancing their asses off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
sound enough for let us practice there.
We
Yeah.
practiced there
We
once as
practiced
well,
there,
yeah, don't we?
we
Yeah,
practiced
yeah.
there. It's like I can't give those guys enough credit. Like every time I see him, I hug him and kiss him and like literally thank you for what you're doing. It's yeah.
I think what I respect about Ash the most is the fact that he is like living his life through music nowadays, right? So he's either in like a cover band doing weddings and events and things like that, or he's in Stingray and he's fucking like the fucking businessman of Pilgrim's Pit. And mate, like absolute credit to him. There's not an inch of like fucking about it.
It's always cool, isn't he? When you see him, like, how
Oh,
are you?
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm alright. Yeah.
I love his sense of humour, man. We message each other sometimes and like we take the piss out of each other because I think it was like last year there was this weird rivalry with like 10 o'clock Chemical and Captain Stingray's Groove Machine that was created by Ben Nixon, you motherfucker, right? And fucking Dr. Call.
Was I a part of that, or I don't know? I didn't hear anything about that.
You ain't listening to Six Stars Radio, my bro.
Oh, sorry.
But it was like, it was funny, and we should be doing that. Like, I think like Stoke should still be competitive as much as like we've created a community and things
But
like that.
you go to a Captain Stingray gig and it's just the absolutely biggest hug you ever.
Mate, it's
seen,
full of
though.
fucking hippie,
It's
hippies,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean, like fucking dreadlocked up motherfuckers.
It's
like.
so good every time I go to you're dancing and you're smiling.
Always,
and, you're always on. It's just like the best thing to be.
We're going to have Ashwall in, and I
Yeah.
think we're going to have him in with Nick.
Yeah.
Because he's going to represent the pit.
Yeah.
Because obviously with Stingray, you've got fucking 5-6 band members
Yeah.
in the outfit, and it's like, who'd you pick for it? So I think we're going to
But
have
they got another band.
Joe Stingray,
Joe Stingray, yeah.
Joe
We love
Stainsby,
Joe.
and Danny Shaw in, I think, and then we'll have Ash representing the pit, but we'll have Joe, maybe even Guy Man representing Captain Stingray.
You got the Funkaholics as well, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah, have you
With
seen
Nick.
them?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've not actually hands down. I've not seen him yet, but everything I hear of him is just amazing.
First time I saw them was the first time I went to this new pit. I just walked in and they were fucking on, and they were like, it's like, who are these? They were just fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
The sound was good. They were just great. Couldn't believe it. I loved them.
It's just been like a little beacon for Stoke live music or
Yeah.
Stoke electronic music. Like for instance, you've got Stu as well, who does like the sine wave music.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard
Stu
about that.
Ron's
Sine
as
Wave
well.
Circus, is that guy?
And even though I don't really much attend to them, but I bet what he's doing for electronic music artists, like giving it a platform for
I think he's
electronic
just
music
recently
artists.
got a grant, like to like set it all up in Stoke on.
Yeah, I saw that. Then again, I don't really know much about it, but like to be honest, hats off to him because I've got nothing but love for that guy, and I've got nothing like but respect for that guy because like I've never ever seen something like that in Stoke where you can go as an electronic music artist and you can be like, this is what I'm doing, this is the thing, and the audience is there. Everyone's a bit different. Everyone brings all their toys along and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to be a part of.
People like that, they bring the family in. So it's not like about the like event as like these bands are it's like these brothers and sisters that are coming in, like, do you know what I mean, to see the show, and it's all like it's what they've created on that cultural quarter, man. Like that strip, we could go anywhere on that strip, right? And we know that we're guaranteed a good time every time.
Apart from fucking Mart's Brewhouse and Tap now, because that's been
obviously it's
fucking
closed
shut down.
Have you heard about that?
Absolutely pissed me off.
Marty's Brew, man.
What do you mean? What was that? Was that next to Pilgrim's Pit?
It was close.
A little bit further down, about a couple of buildings down, but it was an absolutely amazing bar.
Yeah. We spoke about it on the last podcast, and it's like
one minute it was there, next minute it's been shut down, and
it was a shame, man. Yeah, because it did fucking decent ales.
Yeah,
and we went to Bottlecraft the other night, didn't we?
Yeah, big up Chris Wilson as well, man. Like, you're doing well.
He's gonna come on the podcast. And
They've
they
got
basically
the last of their ales, haven't they?
They gave them the last like barrels of their ale because there was one particular ale that we really liked.
There's coffee stout or something.
Coffee
like
stout,
that,
and
it's like
fucking the dog's bollocks, man.
There's one ale in Manchester. Literally, I would travel all the way from Salford to get to the city centre just taste one ale. It's called High Wire. You can only get it in one pub in Manchester, and that's the only reason why I ever go to Northern Court, just to drink that ale. It's like grapefruit sort of ale, and it's just like, when I've got it, I'm sitting there in my little corner like, life's good.
Yeah.
You're a cider boy though, aren't you? You're more
I
into
was a
ciders
cider
than
boy.
anything,
I was a cider boy. I really was. But then again, I've always noticed every time I go for a night out and I just drink ciders, I feel dead bad the next day because like my dad brought me up on this and he goes like, oh, do you know how much sugar is in that sort of stuff? So
sugar.
Like, yeah, that was sugar, that sort of stuff. I'm like sitting there like, oh
yeah, man.
Yeah. It's like I'm like, ever since then I've just been on the ale, so it's just High Wire.
If you can get a good ale,
yeah.
that's what pissed me off that week that we went up to Hanley. I was expecting to go in Mart's Brewery just for this fucking one ale, and it was like, oh, it's shut.
Yeah.
It's like,
sad, man.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like that, like I say, man, we've been bigging up Cultural Quarter for fucking ages, haven't we? On every single podcast.
Yeah.
But
that's refreshed. That's refreshed
really
the shit out
you
of
got Slamwich as well.
Slamwich,
yeah.
mate.
Do you know what Slamwich like? Is Stephanie Cole, who runs Slamwich, is just. Oh, it's just so reviving. It's just like such a fresh thing. Always got the disco nights going on in there from like Fruit and all that. They're in their events and stuff there. It's been amazing.
Well, again, mentioning this name, it's Ben Nixon that took me up there first time to Clay Pizza. And it's like, it was just like, wow. It's fucking brilliant. And then he did his Your City Festival that you guys played at.
Yeah.
And it's like ever since then, mate, I've just fucking loved it, man.
I say,
I just thought it's fucking brilliant
Just
up there.
going back to what you were saying, just you were like praising all those people.
Yeah.
And
Put
there's
your
so
microphone
many
in.
people. Sorry. So many people in Stoke now working so hard to make something happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not as much on the scene as you boys.
Well, you're from
Obviously.
Derby, aren't you?
Yeah,
So
I was going
you're
to say I'm
Derby
like a little bit more of like an outsider. But I still know there's so many people working their asses off to make something fucking happen.
Exactly.
And fucking one day, man.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Even this now, it's still something. It's still like a...
Mate, the
Yeah,
reason
Well,
why
we
we
can
started
name-
this podcast
we
off
can
is because
name
we
drop
wanted
if you
to,
want.
we just literally wanted to big up Stoke, like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly.
promoted.
We can name drop. We've got people like Lee Barber,
Yeah,
Ben
exactly,
Nixon,
Yeah.
fucking
You got a lot
And
more
going
than
back-
that as well. You
going
got
back-
Michael
sorry.
Sampson, mate, from the Sugar Mill,
Yeah,
right?
sorry. Going back
Danny
to Grant.
Brownshill from the
Danny
Sound.
Brownshill,
Yeah.
Going
yeah.
back to Grant, he did a sick thing on Facebook the other week of like
Yeah.
20 top.
Top
Oh,
20.
that was a
Yeah.
bit
Caused a bit of
controversial,
controversy
though,
there,
apparently.
didn't he?
Didn't
Like,
it,
yeah,
like,
because there's no females involved, like, you
Oh,
know what I
right.
mean?
I don't know about that, but I saw that and I was like, fucking hell.
It's just the
He's-
comments
he's-
afterwards, isn't it?
He's,
Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
spot on.
But
Yeah,
the thing
but
is, he made a fucking, you know.
Yeah. And it's still recognising all those people and listing them all out.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's so much shit going on in Stoke.
this is where I'll come in.
I was
This is
20 on
where-
the list. I was. Yeah. I'm fucking there.
Yeah, man, you're on there. Yeah.
This
I
is-
didn't deserve to be on there, though. Like, there's
And you
fucking.
were.
Yeah.
I was saying to him, the argument that I
didn't even
made.
see myself on the list, but you know what? Actually, if you think about it, like, obviously, I've mentioned to you before, like, everyone always sees the rock bands and always sees everything, like, the bands, the musicians, and everything, but also on a DJ side as well. Like the events, like.
Well,
for
let's talk
instance-
about that, man, because like we
let's
don't talk
yeah,
about the electronic
yeah,
side
no,
of
we
Stoke
don't-
on
yeah,
Trent,
we
do we?
don't talk-
Enough, you know what I mean?
But I've had the blessing. I've honestly had the biggest blessing to be a part of the electronic music scene in Stoke. So I've had the Move, I've had Sankey's, I've had Golden as well. I've
Golden,
had
man, that's made of fucking
Golden, and I've had,
Revamp, because it was gone for years.
it was gone for years and came back, and I've had also Bonanza as well. And do you know what? Like, I can't. The motivation and the love from each event has just been amazing. So when I first came to Stoke, I was doing pictures and film for the Move, and then I was working for Golden as well for Lee Fredericks, Darren Harvey, and that sort of stuff. But then I went on
MC
to Bonanza.
Lethal.
Pardon?
MC Lethal.
MC Lethal.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking yeah, as well. Yeah. I've heard.
Sick, mate.
Do you know what? Like, just to wrap the whole fucking dance music scene up. Do you know what? Can you tell me, like, Stoke-on-Trent, like a little city outside of Manchester, no major city. Tell me how, like, the Move, Bonanza, Golden,
Mate, I was
Sankey's
into
at the time
fucking-
as well.
I was
They
into
brought
fucking-
the biggest fucking
Yeah.
names of Stoke. We're talking Camel Fat. We're talking like.
Wonk.
I was going to get to that.
We'll get to that in a bit. I want to talk about one.
We're talking Camel Fat. We're talking the biggest fucking names. Eric Murillo.
Yeah.
We're talking fucking the biggest names. Like, the thing is, like, I've been a part of all of this sort of parties, and it's
It's
been
like I'm an
really,
old fucking.
really.
I used to go to a club called Kinetic years ago, man.
90s boy, man, like,
Fucking
you know what I mean?
90s, and it was the best.
When it was
time of
thriving
my
in
life,
Stoke,
like.
you had,
trying
you
to
had,
dancing
you had the club
especially.
like the Void
There
and all that
was
sort of
the
stuff.
Void, yeah.
You had Shelley's as well.
Shelley's, mate, yeah,
fucking
Shelley's in
hell.
Longton,
Fucking
Kinetic in
Shelley's as
Longton.
well. You've had the biggest fucking things going on here in Stoke
Yeah.
and everything. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I felt like it's nice talking about the bands and stuff. But, like, I've been a part of past 2 years. It's been amazing, man. Like, you got Lee Fredericks, Dan Harvey, you got Josh Probert, and also them guys running Stoke and bringing the biggest name to Stoke. So, like, I just want to give them all them boys a bit of credit. Like, it's been amazing. Like, because like how can I say it? Like, Stoke-on-Trent is like when you come to Hanley and that's it. Do you know what I mean? And you have like fucking 20.
Do you think though?
Pardon?
Do you think that like Hanley's the only place to offer in Stoke?
From what?
In fact, you're coming from an electronic point of view,
I'm
like
coming
Yeah,
from
but we
a
had-
point
we
of
had-
view. But you know, the best event in my opinion, and it's now finished, and I'm very upset that I've not been a part of it. The best party that was in Stoke, in my opinion, not everyone else's opinion. Sorry if I say anything wrong. Was Stoked, run by Jim Toft and William Davies.
Yeah.
That was for me and Relate as well. Joey T used to run a night called Relate, and that's the first time. That's the first time I ever went out in Stoke. And I walked in there. I didn't know what to expect. And like, I'm a student. Like, I lived in a student house. I didn't know anything about Stoke. And I'm like, oh, go to this night Relate, yeah. And he was playing disco music, and then he played a remix of one of my most favourite tracks. I'm like, this is a fucking great place to be at the moment. And like, Stoked, like it's the little parties, the intimate parties that have done the best for me. Like you got CH3, you've got like the Freak Show, you've got so many to name as well. And you know what? You can see the development of parties and like fucking dance music events in Stoke, and it's just incredible. Okay, it's a little bit competitive, and it's a little bit like, you know, it's like one big family. You know what? Everyone always bickers about everybody, but you know,
that's good.
We had
Luke Madlock in the other day, and he was talking about like you know, guitar music and stuff like that.
Rock scene.
The rock scene, and he reckons it's sort of dying.
It's dipping,
Like, sort of dipping down. So
because I think that the dance music is taking over. I think.
You reckon?
It's
That's not a bad thing, really.
It's not a bad thing. There's a guy who used to run Golden. John Golden's name is.
No, I thought it was Nick Dean.
Yeah, it was my uncle, man, that used to run Golden.
The original.
John Golden.
No, Nick Dean, the original.
Nick Dean, man.
Oh, I don't know
Uncle Nick. He's in Thailand right now, probably watching this podcast.
Hello. But I had an interview. I was in a position where I was interviewing the person who created Gold, and he says, you know what? There's a 10-year shift in the music industry. It's like everyone's liking rock, everyone's liking this, and everyone's liking this, and there's that shift into dance music. So I think we've shifted back into dance music. But that's just my opinion. But like, it's been crazy.
This is definitely the longest podcast so far, man. Yeah. And I think it's time to play Show Us Your Meme.
Is this Show Us Your Meme?
Yeah. We're fans of memes, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I fucking love it, mate.
We have a private group chat. The band, but the band, like, you know, like the main messenger.
Is Luke Madlock in it?
No, actually, no. Luke's an interesting fellow, isn't he? Because he came into the podcast last week, right? And he was like, "These memes are shit. You need to up your meme game." Yeah, we upped our meme game, and then when we showed him the memes, when the time was fucking, you know what I mean, it was showtime. He was just like, "Oh, these are a bit bad." I was like, "You motherfucker!" It's like, you told us to fucking get some good memes out there. You know what I mean? But there we go. So we've made sure we've got some good memes tonight, man, because I know you boys. By the way, can I just fucking raise a toast and say I love all fucking three of you, man. This has been ace. And it'll carry on after, Okay. But now it's time, because we're all so fucked up, to play Show Us Your Meme, man.
Show Us Your Meme.
And
these
so
better be good, Rhys.
I picked some good ones. You showed me some earlier, so I got a gauge from what you were saying what was a good meme, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like an Instagram.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know? I'm more of an Instagram warrior. I am. When I find videos, I'm like, let me show you something.
That's when my phone buzzes. It's like, my phone's buzzed again.
Yeah.
It's like Mark Crawford is sending me
but you don't get involved in the group chat, Jack. You don't. You're like that meme of the Jedis when they were like the ghosts and they were when somebody's in the conversation
like that
and
way.
they're not actually there, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how it goes, yeah.
All right.
So that's the first meme.
Yeah.
You go that way.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, what's the first meme?
So that's the first meme, right? Where's he? What's going on?
Where's he? What's going on?
You know the phone, don't you? Yeah. There we go. Right, so you know which way to go, yeah?
Okay, yeah. Do you want to hold it for you?
Right. So here we go. Yeah, I'm getting just don't worry, Jack. Show us your meme. Okay, so
what was it? Rate out of 10 or something?
But no rookie score, so it's got to be like if you're giving it an 8, it's got to be an 8 point something. You know what I mean? Like an 8.1 or something, you know. So here we go. Here's the first meme. Me making out with girlfriend on the couch. Hey, you want to take this to the bedroom? Me. All right, grab this end. You get the other.
To me.
Yeah.
Chuckle Brother style.
Thing is, that's something that me and Vi would actually do.
Okay.
Right, but
so you like it then?
Yeah, but it's not like potential for it might be.
It's not hilarious.
It's not. Like,
so
I'll be like this.
Well, you're the guest, so you rate the meme.
Right.
So what we're going for? What's the rating?
5.6.
That's not a bad score, is it, Wes?
Right.
That's all right. Nice.
Middle of the road, mate.
5.6. Next meme. He looks just like his father. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Jack?
I kind of get it, but but it's not like, but I think, I like my dark sort of humor like that.
It's not naughty, but it means funny, innit? Like, it's nonsensical.
I can see that you chose this one.
Yeah,
that's very you, though.
What are we rating it, boys?
You go, Jack.
I'll say 7.2.
That's a very good score, that is. I think that's quite accurate as well. It's quite funny. Next meme, 7.2. Fuck, has that pill hit you yet?
No. Not to me, because I saw a meme of Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
And that's yeah. I don't know.
And that's funny. We've all been there, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely, man.
You know when it does hit.
Yeah, it will.
And you are either Lisa Simpson or Bart Simpson, ain't man? So like.
What would you say you are, Jack? Would you? I think Jack would be a left.
I would say Jack is Lisa, actually.
Yeah, I'm definitely right.
Yeah, more of a conversational type, like, listen to me now.
Well,
Get you in a headlock.
I did calm Jack down the other night, mate, at that Anu gig.
Yeah. Yeah, you were talking like.
You were on form, mate.
You were on form,
You were picking me up and everything, like, chucking me about, like, until I dropped that one on you.
What are we rating this meme, boys?
Shit.
Go on.
About 4.
What is it? 4.1? That's fine,
No,
by me.
4.1.
Next meme.
Yeah.
A student once asked Bruce Lee, "You teach me life, you teach me fighting, but you talk about peace. How do you do both together?" Bruce Lee told him to fuck off and eat his dog.
Ooh, you can't be saying that about Bruce Lee, mate.
I do love BruceLee though. That's why I picked this meme.
Ooh.
But I think that's funny. When I saw this meme, I laughed my head off because I wasn't expecting it. Like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's a good job I'm
No.
not rating any.
Is that a no?
No.
Fuck, man. What we're rating it then?
Bruce Lee told him to fuck off and ate his dog.
Yeah.
How did he know he had a dog? You know what I mean? Like, how did he know he had a dog?
What we're rating it, Jack?
Shit.
What we're rating now? Is that in the 3s?
Look how fucking good he looks right next to him. He's not gonna go out and fucking chase that guy for his fucking dog, is
Yeah,
he?
no, yeah, but that's the point of it, man. That's what's funny about it, because it's unexpected.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
like Bruce Lee.
It's an unexpected punchline.
Yeah.
If it was more like Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Or Chuck Norris.
Okay, what are we rating this then? We got to move on, quick.
Okay. 3.8.
Yeah.
3 point. That's a fine
That's
score.
good.
That is,
That's
yeah.
a lot.
Next meme. Just listen to some house.
Oh mate, I've
Hey.
seen it.
Yeah.
Mark should rate this one.
Because like I've seen this meme about 3-4 years ago,
Ah.
and it's just like, maybe 2 years ago, maybe you're lying, but like,
We ain't
you know,
done so
when,
well,
when I
have we?
scrolled past it first, I'm like, but like this is not like,
What are we rating them?
I'm sorry, you're getting a bad score for me. Like,
Fuck's sake,
it's a
man.
2.1.
Jesus Christ.
I'm looking for the
Hard to
fucking.
press, aren't they, these, Wes?
I'm looking for the fucking stuff that
Should
will
we get Luke Medlock back in, mate?
Right, what we're going for score?
2.1.
2.1.
Shit, this is.
That's not very good. Next meme. When you shave your balls but miss a few hairs.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Wes?
Yeah, we will.
Don't be
Have you-
nothing to
have
me
you-
though, mate. I've got the hairs on my balls.
Have you ever been there?
Oh god, what?
Do you know? The thing is that you sit in the shower for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Your
I have
hands
to
get all
get
fucking weirdy.
I have
Like,
to get scissors first, though, like, you know what I mean? 'Cause I've got such a massive bush.
Show me. Let me have a look.
Like, you ready?
yeah.
Zip. There you go. Yeah.
I'm not
thing
on about
is- the thing is,
that. I'm about his balls.
I'm thinking back in the shower and like, you know what you do? You think you did a good job when you come back into your room like,
Yeah.
no.
What are we saying then? It got a little bit of a laugh into it.
Yeah, it is about 4. Yeah, about 4.3.
Fuck off, mate. No.
It's
No,
I need-
that was
I-
at least a 6.
6.
I would say it's 6, man. Jack can rate this.
I need something to throw me over.
Jack can rate this.
6.
6.6. Right, I'll have that. Well,
Yeah.
you having that, Wes? 6.6 for that. I know that's a decent 6.6.
Well, it's a 0 for me, mate, 'cause I've got the hairs on my balls.
Right, oh, so you can't relate. Next meme, 6.6. When the Chinese fuse was
Jack's face.
Hey, come on.
Jack.
I can't agree with this.
There's
I
a-
thought you were gonna have some
Yeah,
fucking.
there's a stereotype of cooking cats and shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
or dogs or whatever. But I thought you were gonna have some fucking stonkers tonight. But it's like, what's
Right,
this?
what are we rating this meme then? Come on, let's get
Yeah,
it
it's
over
gotta
with.
be Jack because like.
What are you saying, Jack?
Well,
Little cat, a cat.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
I was expecting.
Yeah,
a dog.
you know what? You if you cooked a cat, it
You
wouldn't
read
be
the top-
furry.
You read the top and you expect a dog. For shock factor,
Yeah.
7.
What?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
you're
great,
taking a
mate.
7.
Yeah, that's
That's
sound,
Good.
man.
That's good.
I'll have that. 7.8. Next meme.
Next name. This better be good, Rhys.
So many fake smiles, you never know what someone's going through. That pint cost me £5.50.
My fucking is in Stoke. I don't know what it is in Manchester, mate.
This is
Right.
this is such a you meme. This is.
Mate, I pick the memes, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I was worried about
This is the most
Well,
disappointing
I'm not gonna lie to
show
you.
as you mean.
Yeah,
feature
this is
that's ever
bad
existed.
because do you know what? When I buy a pint and I buy a pint for you and I buy it for everyone else a pint, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there smiling. Like, I just spent
Yeah.
about 20.
yeah.
25
You
quid
spent
on
about
the
20 quid. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
pint. It's like
round.
about 15 or about 10 or
Okay.
whatever.
What are we
I
rating
can
this
afford. Shit.
We've done bad tonight, haven't we?
I
think we spent the best
You
memes
said to
on
me-
Luke,
you
Luke
said to me,
fucking
like-
Medlock,
Yeah.
to be fair.
And
like.
even
Yeah,
did
yeah.
rest.
Cuban exchange where we played there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was actually good. That was actually
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
You know what? If you
That is a place. in
yeah,
Yeah.
we played Cuban Exchange in Wolverhampton.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it like? 4 pints and a double vodka and coke were like $12.80 or something.
Yeah.
And free shots as well through the night.
Free
like,
shots
as we
as well?
played.
Round
Yeah,
like a tenner, yeah. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like 12 quid.
All right, what are we rating this meme, boys?
3.8.
3 point. That's fine. That's fine.
We've got something.
I apologise. Like it must be. I'm not doing very good here. Next meme.
Nobody.
Me, high as fuck on multiple substances at a strange party, trying to telepathically tell my friend that we need to leave as soon as possible.
That's when you boys look at me.
When you have to tuck us in.
Yeah,
Mark,
yeah.
I think I need to go now. No, you
That's
don't
me
need
and
to go.
Jack at a Mark Crawford party. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you. I saw this one the other day actually. I was like,
Yeah.
but I'm always the one who stays up.
A Steve Carell meme is always going to be a good meme. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? What we're rating this on?
Yeah. I'm good 6.5.
6.5 is good.
Because
No, I'm not bad,
we've all
not bad.
we all been in that situation.
Okay. Next meme. If you lick a woman's clit for 20 minutes, she will revert to factory settings and all's forgiven.
Factory
Factory settings.
factory
Yeah,
settings.
honestly, yeah.
What would you have to do to avoid to go into factory settings?
Give him a wank in it. That's it.
Yeah, well,
Anything? A little touch?
factory
A little
settings.
tingle? That'll be fine. Like, you
I
know.
think what I find funny most about this is the factory settings. What is it?
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Like your miss is an iPhone, like, you know what I mean? But, I mean,
I'll give it a good 7.
pick this meme for a reason.
I'll
You
give
know
it
what I
a
mean?
good 7.5.
And it ain't no stereotypes don't exist for no reason, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't want to get in trouble for this one. 'Cause I've got a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're rating this
I
then?
would say 7.7.
7.7.
Yeah. 7.5.
You are the hardest fucking meme scorer.
Yeah,
man.
because,
but fair play,
Yeah.
fair play, man.
You got one more? Or?
Nope, that's it.
Where's the dark shit, man? Where's it like
Bonus
that?
one. Mark, you get one up.
What? Can I get one up? Oh no. If I
Whilst we're still on air, you might as well, yeah.
No,
That's a good one.
because I'll be looking for something, and the first thing I find, like, oh, I think this is very funny, and it wouldn't be funny.
Well, that's it then.
Yeah.
It's definitely the longest podcast we've ever done.
Are we finishing now? Or
We're finishing, man. That's it.
What?
I mean, we could recharge the batteries and fucking go for it again.
Yeah, that's alright.
We could
But, like,
we could
I dunno.
redo the podcast if you want.
Backwards a bit science.
Yeah.
Go for another 3 hours.
Honestly, I mean, I'm fucked up now.
Yeah.
So.
But this is where the shit gets fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is when the fucking cameras go off. I'm like,
I mean, what do you
Yeah.
what do you want to bring up? Do you want to bring up something now?
Do you need a piss?
Yeah.
yeah, you do need a piss. Like, well,
Or
this-
shall we just end it there?
just we should end it there because
And
yeah.
sign up to Patreon, and if people want watch after the podcast,
Yeah.
they make the Patreon and like, you know.
You get a bonus podcast.
There should
Yeah,
always
yeah.
there
Can
should
do.
always be a thing after a podcast when you just talk about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry
Well,
about that.
that's
but
what
I
we've
didn't
done.
mean
That's
to
what
be
we've done
rude
for the past hour and a half. To be
Yeah.
fair, man. So you know, Jack's going for a wee, but sit
But-
down, Jack, because we're ending the podcast now, right? So 10 o'clock chemical, right?
Yeah,
What are we doing next?
getting fucked up. Oh, sorry.
No, I mean not after this podcast. I mean next musically.
musically.
Yeah. We don't know.
I don't know.
I
No,
know, we're going to write some stuff.
You just don't
Put
know.
some
You
stuff
never know.
out.
mate. Obviously, I've got a plan what we're gonna do,
And then-
and it's gonna.
Wait till universities go back and this, that, and the other,
Yeah.
and the clubs kick up back up again. Because obviously
Yeah.
it's about festivals, isn't it? At the
Yeah,
minute.
man.
Yeah,
I know.
So
it's been.
wait till they kick up again,
Yeah.
and then we'll be there at 12 o'clock at night.
Shall we do the first bro hug
Oh,
on the
yeah,
podcast?
SU.
Like,
But the bro hug.
I think we should, man.
the bro hug?
Honestly, I'm going to take my headphones off.
Yeah, you go take your headphones off. So
do?
we get.
Lift the camera
You can lift the camera.
What we're going to do is we're going to stand there and all hug each other.
Well,
and
this is
that'll be
just
the end
this
of
is
the
just
podcast.
like some stuff that you usually don't do, innit?
Yeah. Take your headphones off.
Alright, yeah.
You ready? If you've all made it to the end of this podcast, this is your treat,
Yeah,
innit? Well, you know what I mean? You ready, Wes?
Yeah.
Ready, man.
You like hugs, don't you?
What? Oh,
Come on. Man.
oh, fucking a hug. Oh, who's got ice cream? What's going on?
I love you boys so much. Here we go, we've got it, we made the podcast! And that's it. See you in a bit, motherfuckers.